Camera you use a different camera.
Yeah, I normally use the fuck is going on? I normally use a Sony.
What, connected to your computer or is it what?
Yeah. Today's injury game.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I was feeling all right, but then when I got the diagnosis, then I started thinking, am I feeling weird? Like, you know, like at first, for the first 3 days, my legs were aching bad. Yeah. I've never had leg aches that bad before, and I was thinking, have I overdone it exercising? Yeah. But I thought, I've never had like leg aches like this before. And never in any kind of flu have I had leg pain like this. It was so bad, you couldn't sleep. I had to like do Wim Hof breathing technique to knock me out.
Serious.
I still woke up. So then the only thing that would keep it at bay was painkillers, innit? So I had to take 2 paracetamol, like 2 hours or whatever. So yeah, then that's gone. That's gone now. And then I was feeling cool. But then the result came, and now I don't know if it's psychosomatic or whatever, but now I'm feeling kind of like a bit tired in that.
Same.
But I don't know. People say that's the normal symptoms anyway, so I don't know. But I've got to self-isolate now till January the 9th, innit?
Same. That's not too bad.
I only got the diagnosis literally on New Year's. Was it New Year's Day? Yeah, New Year's Day.
That's crazy, man. So wait.
No, 31st. It was on 31st.
So hold on. I want to go into this a little bit more, yeah. So before we get into how you've been doing, let me welcome everybody to the first How You Doing, Mate podcast of the year, 2021, Savage, 21. I hope everyone's having a good new year. Hope everyone's ready to continue on with more bullshit, because that's what we're going to be getting for the rest of this motherfucking year. More bullshit. And all that good stuff, man. But my New Year's was good. Chilled, stayed home, sat in this exact spot pretty much the whole night. Probably went to bed earlier than I've been going to bed on a normal night, to be fair. But it was what it was. First day, actually, as soon as the ball dropped, as soon as we hit midnight, my new single came out, New Year, Same Me. So please go check that out. Should be everywhere, but it's on YouTube, so you can check that out. And that's what I've been doing. No lie, yesterday actually, I was like, fuck, it's only the 2nd. It's only the 2nd of January. Like, I swear this year's dragging. But I thought it was like the 5th or 6th or something, man. Like, shit. I thought a week had gone by, man.
Crazy, man.
But yeah. So, AC, you got the news. We're like, yo.
Yeah, because I did a test, like a COVID test before Christmas, because I wanted to go and see my parents, innit?
Oh, yeah.
So that test came out negative.
Right.
But then all that tier 4 bullshit came in anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, man. Just do it over Zoom, innit? So then done that. And then after Christmas, started getting these leg pains, mad leg pains, innit?
Right.
So then then I went and got another test. Come back inconclusive. So they said I had to get another test. So went and got another test and then got the result. On New Year's Eve, basically.
So who'd you get it off?
It's like family member, innit?
That's deep, man.
Yeah.
Did they call you and tell you like, yo, I've been infected, you might be infected too?
Yeah, as soon as they got the positive, yeah.
Is it like the STD call? Yeah, and you gotta call everybody like, yo.
I got shot. I remember years ago, innit? Like one time, this girl let me saying, "Oh yeah, I've got chlamydia." She was like, "Don't hate me, don't dump me." I was like, "Why?" She goes, "Yeah, I've got chlamydia." I was like, "What the fuck are you telling me for?"
What's that got to do with me?
Yeah, she goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "I've been using condoms all the time, innit? I ain't got it, and the condom never broke, so I ain't got it." So yeah, when she was like, "Oh yeah, I got it off my ex. He just told me that he had it, and so I've got it. So I've got tested and I got it." I was like, "Well, why am I gonna get pissed off with you?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a mad one still. That happened to me, man. And like, it was mad as well, yeah, because like my ex told me like way, way, way after as well. Like way after. Was like, yeah, you should get tested.
Yeah.
I was just like,
was that when she just found out, or she known a long time ago?
I don't even know, man. Like, I'm not sure. I'm guessing she just found out, to be fair. But we weren't really on talking terms like that. So, yeah, she messaged me. And then that was mad as well, because then obviously I had to like tell the girl that I was with at the time, like, yo, this is mad. And then I had to go Norfolk Park Hospital, get sorted out and stuff. Like, yeah, it's a bit of a mad one still.
Yeah.
Bit of a mad one. Almost as mad as COVID. Like, almost as mad as COVID. Have you been seeing?
Like, I hardly even saw everyone since like over Christmas and that. It was all just on Zoom, innit? So the people I've had to like really tell that I've come into contact with, is the person at Londis.
Yeah.
And even then, we had a mask on all the time, and they were behind the counter. So, you know, I haven't really come into contact with anyone after Christmas and that. So,
do you think the people that are catching it, yeah, not the people that, not like how you got it, yeah, not like you, because you got it from someone who you were kind of close to, yeah, but like whoever they got it from, or whatever they were doing before, because I'm seeing a lot of videos of people just like roaming, people just linking up with people, doing whatever, acting like it's normal. I saw this house party, yeah, where the floor collapsed. There were so many people, the floor collapsed. Like, what the fuck, man?
This is what I'm saying. Like, there's a pandemic going on. You might not believe it's real or whatever. And for like young, healthy people or whatever, you might just get a flu or whatever. But that's, you know, like for me, it was the leg pains. I've never had anything like that before.
Yeah.
Never like that. Literally, I was like, I couldn't walk properly, yeah? And it was like pure pain, innit? All the way from my feet up to my waist, yeah? It was pain on all the muscles, yeah?
Right.
So I've never had that before from any flu. Like, you get aches and pains with flu, but never that bad. Yeah. But I'm glad it only lasted 3 days. So, but what I did, I was doing Wim Hof breathing technique, and that's been proven to activate like stuff that fight infections or whatever. So
when I was doing that shit, man, teach me that ninja shit.
All you got to do is just breathe in through your nose. Yeah, it doesn't even matter through your nose or through your mouth. You just breathe in deep to full lung capacity. Breathe out 30 times, and then you just hold. After you breathe that last one, just hold it, and you'll find you can hold your breath for about a minute. You'll start feeling tingling everywhere, and you do 3 rounds of that. That's it. That's all it is. And if you do that, I found that, like, usually I pass out within the second round. Yeah, I just fall asleep for about 2 hours or whatever, and I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck. But this time, the pain was so bad that I didn't, and I got through 3 rounds. Yeah, and then the pain went away, and I was able to sleep. But I got woken up in the night by the pain. So then I said, fuck this, man. I just took two paracetamols, and then that got rid of it for the rest of the night. So then I just carried on taking paracetamols for the next, 2 days.
Yeah.
And the breathing shit. And then that was all right. But and then now I just feel a bit tired. I haven't lost the sense of my smell. Loads of people saying they lose a sense of smell and all that. I know someone who come back from uni, innit? They came back from uni. Passed it around. So a lot of people, I don't know what like a lot of these people are doing, like these party people, because if you're going parties and stuff and you're young, and then you're gonna give it to an old person and it can be lethal for them, then you got to kind of think, don't be a cunt, innit? So,
yeah, but I feel like a lot of people are cunts, innit? Like, I feel like a lot of people just don't care.
Well, like, they don't, because a lot of people don't believe in it as well. So they think, it's just a flu, innit? But even if you got the flu, a flu can kill that old person. So if I had a flu, I wouldn't go visit my parents if I've got the flu.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like, you know what it is? It's like, it's people saying, I'm healthy, so I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just going out, I'm doing what I'm doing. I know I'm healthy, and if I get it, I'm cool. That's the bit. Then it, like, from there, it makes sense. But then once you start mixing with people, it gets a bit sticky. Then it all falls, like, the logic of that kind of falls apart. Yeah. But I think part of the problem is this, yeah. This is part of the problem. I was joking on Twitter and I said, isn't it funny, yeah, how no right-wing people ever catch COVID, and if they do, it's a little 24-hour thing. Like, no one, but a lot of people who really believe in it, they're the ones who are posting up, yo, my dad died, my mum died, my uncle died, my auntie died. Like, they're the ones posting up like the horror stories. But it's like, on the other side, we're just not seeing them do that. So it kind of like, it reinforces the fact that, well, boy, maybe these people aren't telling the truth. Like, you know what I mean? Then what do you mean your uncle died? Was it COVID?
If I didn't get the diagnosis, if I didn't get the test back, I would have just thought it was a flu.
Yeah.
Or not even a flu, because I only had a snotty nose and a bit of a cough. I didn't have any of the loss of sense of smell, but I didn't have a fever or anything. It was just literally the aches in my legs. That's a weird thing.
That's crazy.
I was thinking, because I've been jogging, so I was like, did I jog like too much or whatever? Did I? What the fuck? But I've never had that before. So that's the one thing that made me think, nah, it was that. And when I looked up the symptoms, and a lot of people were getting lower back pain, and then as well, people were getting mad aches in their legs. So I was like, okay, cool. But whether that is like for a person who's not vulnerable, not who's healthy, then it's not really that. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal from my view. But if an old person got it, or a vulnerable person got it, who's already got something else, like my dad had cancer last year. Survived it. I would not want to go there and give him it if his immune system's already been fucked because of chemo. So do you know what I'm saying? My mum just had a stroke last year as well. I know, my dad had a brain hemorrhage last year as well. So I wouldn't want to go there and then give it to them because they're at risk. So I think all these young people who are going to these parties and the house is completely rammed. If you still live with your parents, or you've got 3 generations in your house, like some people have got grandparents living with them as well, then that is selfish, because you're going to go back, and what if you give it to them, they're dead, then you're going to feel like a cunt.
I've heard a few stories, so I've seen a few people, but these people are like, what do you call it? You're not a COVID denier, I guess. These people are normal people, and one of them was DJ Frost.
I saw that as well, and that guy had a go at him, and he was saying basically his friend didn't believe in it, went to see their mum, infected them, the mum died, and then some geezer was having a go at him, saying, "Oh, you're adding to the lies and all this bullshit," and he was like, "Fuck yourself, you prick," and I had to say the same thing.
That's kind of what I would have said, and I've seen a few little other stories like that. Somebody my wife knows, she was like going out there just roaming around doing her thing, weren't believing in it. She caught it and then gave it to her dad as well. Like, thankfully, they're not in any problems, but she's got asthma and stuff, so like shit could go the wrong way. But it just seems like there's not a lot of deniers catching it. Like, they're out there roaming, doing their thing. I'm not going to mention any names, but we both know / related to somebody who don't believe it. He's out there. He's out there doing his thing. He's doing his thing. He's got his kids out there doing their thing. And
but if you're that much of a hardcore denier, like some of these people are, if you do get it, you're gonna deny you got it. If your parents got it off you, you're gonna deny they got it anyway. Because you're that much of a hardcore denier. So if they do have it, and if they get a test back and it's positive, you'll be like, the tests are all fucked, guys. Fuck. So you're not gonna believe it anyway. So that's why these people are gonna say nothing. It's like the same with the people who like voted Brexit, whose now businesses are under threat. Some of them don't want to admit they voted Brexit, but then some of them, like the guy on the news about the eels, did you see that one? He was exporting eels to Europe or whatever, and now his eel business is fucked.
Because they were stuck.
So say that again?
Because they were stuck at the border. All these eels.
Like, I don't know. I can't remember what it was. It was something to do with import export, and now So then he was like, I would have never voted for Brexit if I knew my business was gonna get fucked. He'd come out and be honest. He was honest. He said it, but a lot of people, their pride won't let them do that.
Okay, so in that case, are you the kind of person who's then gonna see that person and be like,
No, I wouldn't do that, because now they've learned. Like, at the end of the day, like,
damn, I'm petty, man.
If you rub it in,
laughing, man. Like, I'm not gonna fuck.
If you rub it in, you can laugh. Like, you can laugh about it to yourself or whatever. So,
I guess maybe if I met him face to face, I probably wouldn't be like, yeah, man, fuck you. But
then you might turn them the other way. You might turn them even more into that way, because psychology works like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
like, in school, When teachers will say to me, "Oh, you're fucking shit. You're not doing," I'll be like, "Fuck you then. Okay, I'm gonna be fucking shit." That's how my mentality works. So if you say to someone else like that kind of thing, they might go that way more.
Yeah.
So,
but I think so. Like parallel that year to that, say somebody that I know is a COVID denier catches COVID, and has like, God forbid, a loved one die. I feel like there's always a little bit inside of me that's just like, but then at the same time,
people don't like to hear "I told you so." They just don't like it.
No, they don't. But I live for that shit. I love "I told you so." Like I really do. Like I'm so fucking petty. I love "I told you so." "I told you so" was probably my favorite emotion on earth.
But when people don't want to listen to your advice, and then they go and do something stupid, and then like, if you do say, "Well, they go fucking ballistic."
That's them, but I'm me, and you can't do nothing to me. Like, being the person I am, luckily. But like at the same time, I do. So this is where it kind of changes for me, because at the same time, I kind of wish they were right. Like I kind of wish it was all fake. So at the same time, I'm a hedge better, innit? So I always hedge my bets. So like, I'm always like, okay, if this shit ain't real or it's not what it is saying it is, I'm still gonna act like it is, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, this is common sense. Like, I don't know about the whole vaccine thing. If all it does to most people is give them a bit of a flu, and aches and pains or whatever, then I don't know if it's worth vaccinating everyone. I think vaccinate the vulnerable, if that's what's going to do. But then now all this fucking dodgy shit coming about, this Pfizer vaccine and all this shit, it's too much, man. You're just like, what the fuck's going on? But
where does the information come from? And this is the thing though, there's been anti-vaxxers forever.
Yeah.
And we've all looked at anti-vaxxers as weirdos, Facebook weirdos. That's what we think of anti-vaxxers. They're Facebook weirdos. They're the Karens of the world.
Some people think that, some people don't. Like, some people think that they're not weirdos, and they're
they're other anti-vaxxers. Obviously.
Yeah, I look at vaccines that have worked. Like getting rid of polio and all that, and I think that's good.
I feel like some of them would say, polio didn't exist, man, or it was something from it. Like they're always gonna come up with an excuse why they won't do it.
But then there's some things where you think that the scientists who've been trying to make these vaccines have took shortcuts and then killed a load of people and shit like that. And then that taints the whole thing of vaccines. But you kind of got to look at it like you look anything else and say, look, that's that individual who took that shortcut for money, innit? Because they were trying to get through. Like,
I feel like this vaccine as they've taken shortcuts. They've obviously taken shortcuts with this vaccine.
They're trying to get it out so quick. They're trying to get it out too quick. It's meant to take 2 years to test the vaccine fully under British laws anyway. In America, you can do it less. But in England, it's meant to be 2 years. So the whole thing just... And as well, like, even if you're not an anti-vaxxer, even if you believe in vaccines and shit, you got to look at that. The fact that they're rushing it through, the fact that the government are in charge of it, the government fuck up everything they touch. So you've got to kind of be a bit dubious about it. So I know people who've had the first shot and now their next shot is delayed. When they were meant to have it last. So then
within your 90 days or whatever.
Fuck up the efficacy of the vaccine or what? So
I understand that part of it as well. Because I think you have to have a healthy distrust of authority. Because our goals don't align. The things we want out of life don't always align. The reason they want us to take the vaccine doesn't always align. I think my stance is, I looked up today actually, I was like, when can I get the vaccine, man? Because my stance is, man, just give me this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. What happens.
I had people, like, when I put a post saying, because I put my symptoms, I was curious to see, like, if anyone else had the same symptoms as me, or they had different symptoms or what. So I put that, and then someone I know was like, oh, congratulations, they've got your DNA now, and they're going to make clones of you and do all kind of mad experiments. I was like, they had my DNA from a long time ago. When I first got arrested, they took my DNA to swab back then. So I'm like, they've had my DNA for fucking years. I don't care. Like, if they want to make a clone of me, as long as they send me a clone, innit? And
I want a clone too. Because then I could get twice the work done, innit?
Exactly. I mean, we make double the money and we split it. So
would the clone be your age, or would they accelerate the growth?
Got to be my age. Yeah, I want a clone that is me.
Because what if you just went?
Imagine if they give you a clone that's 18, he ain't gonna want to do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, but say they give you a clone that's a baby. You're like, yeah, this baby's you. It's a clone of you, innit? Like we made it.
I don't want to
can't look after it. So this is the thing. We say kill it.
No, I don't want to have to take care of a kid. I don't want
if they say to you, they go, listen, man, listen. They go, we took your DNA, yeah? We took your DNA on a sneaky one, yeah? Because we were going to make clones of everybody. But what we did, when we made the clone, like, they had to go through a baby stage, innit? But we can't afford to, like, raise this kid. So what we're doing...
I do it out of charity.
We're giving all the clones back. So basically...
It'd be like Boba Fett, innit?
It'd be like what?
Shit. Like Boba Fett in Star Wars, man.
Yeah. They're like, yo, we got 5 in a minute. We got 5. So boy, you got 5 clones of you.
5 of
fuck. Bro, they got 5 there because they made doubles in
it. I'd give 1 to my sister. Me, one to those girls who said they wanted me to have a kid with them before giving them a coolie baby and shit. I'd give them 1. And then so then I'll get rid of all of them. It's fine, man. I have 1 and the others are
keep one, like kittens. See,
be happy with their ones they got, man.
I'm gonna keep all of mine, man. I keep all of mine because I know, like, I don't trust anybody else with myself. maybe give 1 to my mum if she wants it. I think she's sick of kids now. She got 11 grandkids. She don't want no more babies. Yeah, nah, man. I think this whole it's such a weird state of affairs that we're in, where we even have to have these conversations as normal. Like, I remember a year ago, somebody who was a conspiracy theory person, whatever, they were like the fringes of society. They were the outsiders. Whereas now, I feel like if you're not a conspiracy nut, you're a minority, man. Like, I feel like I feel like I'm minority.
You got to think, you and me, we talk to a lot of weirdos. Yeah, we talk to a lot of mad people. We know most of the people we know are mad. Yeah,
probably.
Whereas if I speak to people who are completely outside of our circles, music circles, all this kind of shit, they're not thinking like that.
You reckon?
Yeah, man. I've spoke to a few people and they're completely like, they think the conspiracy people are in the minority and they're not.
I guess
we're living in 2 different realities.
Yeah, I guess that's true as well. And also as well, I think because I spend way too much time online interacting with people and also so you might interact with one person and have 10 bots. So you're like, you have the idea that, wow, people feel this way, not understanding that there's just bare bots out there that aren't real people, that are just algorithmic cyborgs chatting shit.
So those bots, they are controlled by one person who wants everyone to think. Like, that's weird, man.
As is my understanding. So like, you might put in because I'll say something, or even if they're not a bot, they're just like a really sad person. So the other day, I must have posted something about Marcus Rashford. And I was just like, I was reading this article and it said 23-year-old Marcus Rashford. And I'm like, wait, what? My man's 23. He's a kid. Like, he's a youth. He's an actual kid. Like, to me, if you're 23, you're a kid. I work with young people and you're classed as a young person working with us up until like 25. So I work with people older than him that are in situation. And I'm like, wait, this guy is feeding kids at 23 years old, making moves, and he's got all these people hating on him. That, to me, that's crazy. That I have people messaging me going, just saying like random shit. And I'm like, what? How did you find that tweet? Like, so you're looking for things about Marcus Rashford to speak on? Like, are you that much of a sad cunt?
I mean, if you think about it, you and me, if we were 23 and we had the amount of money that he had, that gives the power to then do the kind of things that he's doing.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
I probably wouldn't do that. I probably have a massive chain, loads of cars, mansion. Fuck them kids. 23. No, because I feel like that.
He's got the chain and the mansion and the cars anyway.
I know. I know he's got that shit. But what I'm saying is, I feel like I wasn't giving to charity. I always feel like if you can give, you'll give regardless of how much money you have. But then that's not really true because I didn't start giving money until I had money to give. So up until recently, you know what I mean? I never really had any money to give people for any sort of causes. Whereas now, I'm literally just like always online. Every GoFundMe I see, I'm like, yeah, take that 20. Yeah, take that. I'm the Diddy. I'm like the Diddy of Watford out here. Get like
Yeah.
Like, and so, but I never used to be that way before because I never had it. But to me, it's not just like the giving, is having that mentality to do that, because at the same time, he's not the only footballer in the world. There's a lot of footballers who have money, a lot of influencers that have money, a lot of people that come from where we come from that have money that don't do what he's done. And for him to be doing that at that age, at 23, to have the kind of foresight to not only, it's not just that he's doing it at 23, it's the heat he's taking at 23.
So why is he taking heat for helping people?
I don't even know. I'm just seeing bare people always message like that. He gets a lot of hate, man. That's all I can say. He gets a lot of hate because there are people in this world that are proper evil, bruv. They're just evil people. I don't think they even know they're evil, but they're really like.
Are they saying cynically that he's just virtue signaling or something? Is that
but saying? This is we have. I swear we have this conversation every fucking week.
He's giving money, isn't it? The money's going.
That's the thing, though. It's got to the point where I don't think, because this is another thing as well. Yeah, we keep forgetting, that the people who say, is everyone's being woke? We keep forgetting that they were the dickheads at school, like the real fucking idiots. Like they're the ones who literally did nothing with their lives. Their whole, all they wanted to do was leave school and go drink, and to go drink in the park. That was like their literal goal. So now,
I disagree with that.
You disagree with it? I think to me,
there is that crowd, There's the Shirt Brigade crowd,
who
are complaining about it, but then there's also the ones who are real high achievers who benefited from nepotism and shit. That are
I don't think they say like.
Yeah, because look at Lawrence Fox, man. His whole life is from nepotism.
But again,
they hate the woke thing because it's taking down their
but
power.
You know what? Power. Okay. I get that side of things, but I feel like they both kind of, in the Venn diagram, they kind of cross over because they're fucking stupid. And we keep legitimizing their argument by arguing with them, because the problem is they don't understand. It's that whole thing of, what? I'm racist just because I'm racist. It's literally that. Like, and we keep going, you can't be racist, mate. And they're like, what? And it's like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're not even.
Like they can be racist. We're never going to be able to stop people from being racist. Yeah?
That's cool. You can be as racist as you want. You just can't be around us.
Why do you get upset with being called racist? Like back in the day, and shit and BNP, they got called racist. They were like, I'm a fucking racist. I fucking hate you.
But I've said that so many times, though, bro.
Right now, do they want to deny it?
I don't know, but I've said this so many times. I will always respect a racist who says they're racist way more than the others who are like, no, I'm not racist. I just don't like people. I just don't like the woke stuff. It's just it's like, it's not woke, bruv. It's just a Sainsbury's advert with black people. There's nothing woke about it. They just exist. Black people just exist. I had this one guy tell me, I
think Sainsbury's is cool for doing that because it shows black people being like
normal
people that are having a Christmas dinner. Why? This is what I was saying to another person. Like, why the fuck in every media thing, if they have black people in it, or if they're brown people, it's always these same stereotypes, or that they have to abide by.
Yeah,
that's bullshit, isn't it?
It is. I had this guy messaged me, about the Barclays advert, and it was just a couple of professional black people, and he was just like, oh well, that's not how black people are. And I'm like, wait, what? That's because you don't know professional black people. Like I can literally in my family of all the black people in my family at a if we have a family reunion of, say, we have 600 family members, I would say at least 70 to 80% of them are business owners, professional people, or corporate people. Like that's just what. But then I feel like that's in every. I feel like that's in every circle, though. Every circle, in every middle class circle, that's the way it is. So why seeing that affect you?
If he had a fucking brain, that guy, all he has to do is look up statistics that show, like, it's been put in loads of newspapers and shit from ages ago. Probably The Voice, the first one to report on it. But the fact that entrepreneurship and small businesses and stuff like that is higher in the black community than it is in the white community at the moment. So he wouldn't have that opinion if he used his fucking brain. But
same with home ownership as well.
Yeah.
Like There's so many things that, but again, it's just like, but then this is it. It's like what we've just done. We've just taken an intellectual argument with an opinion that is based, an informed opinion based on facts and anecdotal evidence. We put it all together, and we thought, right, we've got a really good argument to show this person, and we're forgetting this person just wants to have a piss up in the park. Like, we're like, it's like, why are we wasting our time with this fucking dickhead? And what I've done as well.
There is a point, though. There is a point. You might see it as wasting time, but at the end of the day, it's not, because we've got to think about the next generation. So we've got to kind of dismantle this bullshit in people's brains, so they can't teach it to their kids, who then will be the same bullshit on our kids. Like, why should they have to go through the same shit that we went through?
I get that. I do 100% get that. As we welcome DJ Terry Hooligan into
Yes, you can.
Wait, you got a bullet? Was that a bullet? Bullet?
Yeah.
Easy. I've been saying that all day.
Hold on. Can you hear my echo?
Yeah, man. You sound like fucking Rodigan right now. Yeah.
Gang is here.
That's what it's about. We're doing this properly. You starting properly.
It's like what you're saying.
Savage.
Anyone who thinks that, all they've got to do is go down to what's that place in London? Canary Wharf, yeah?
Yeah.
And you see loads of professional black people.
I know. Okay. Hold up. Wait. This is my thing, yeah? Like, you say there is an argument to explaining that to people, yeah? But you know what? Like, I don't feel no one ever has explained some shit like that to me. And I don't think I'm that clever. Like, I don't think I'm that smart, yeah?
You're not.
But thank you. Like,
you are.
You don't need it explained.
You definitely are.
You don't need it explained to you because you're living it.
True. But this, you know what? This is all the other things I understand. I understand the nuanced perspective, or the place that we live, and understand what true diversity looks like. So I understand, yeah, that there are black people like me that are middle class. I understand there are poor black people. There are a whole bunch of real rich black people. I understand that they've come through different ways. Same with white people, same with Asian people, the same with different places. You can go to places where it's just poor white people that are stuck in these areas that can't do nothing, you know what I mean? I understand all of that. And to me, that's what just makes you not a fucking cunt, when you can just say, nah, you know what, man? Bare people go through different shit. So you can show me a rich white person, I can be like, yep, I know that exists. Show me a poor white person, yep, I know that exists. You can show me a woman who runs a company, yep, that exists. All this stuff, you're never going to show me something I'm going to go, that offends me, because that doesn't exist. There was one guy, you know, that new show that's come up, what's it called? Brigington or something. It's like it's some period piece, yeah? And it's set in the olden days, yeah, where they're all dressed up. You know, like
Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, them times there, right? And they got bare black people, Asian people. It's like a well-diverse thing. It's a TV show. It's a fucking TV show. One guy was like, oh, I don't know why they've got loads of black people on there. We know there was no rich black people in those times. And this is like, mate, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, and there was bare rich black people in those times. Like, there's been people, and that's the thing. It's like, because what you've done, yeah, you've taken this idea that we didn't exist. Imagine somebody watching Friends here and going, there was no black people in New York in the 90s. Like, that's what he's done.
You know that film, have you seen that film Centurion?
Nah.
With, it's got the guy who plays Magneto. What's he called, Magneto? What's that
Ian
guy?
McKellen.
Oh, yeah.
The young guy.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, he's in it. He's a centurion in a Roman army, yeah. And they've got
Michael Fassbender.
No Clark.
Yeah, he's in it. He's one of the soldiers. And Riz Ahmed's in it as well.
Yep.
Yeah. He's one of the Roman soldiers.
Big up, Riz.
That was historically accurate.
Of course.
Because the Roman Empire had a lot of recruits from all over the place, and they came to England. So
let me drop some bombs. AC, hold up. Let me drop some truth bombs right now, yeah? Because of the Roman Empire bringing in African soldiers or African Romans into this country, there were black Africans in this country before Anglo-Saxons, yeah? All right.
There was a guy in Yorkshire.
Cypher, don't get gassed.
There's
Tell me, drop some bombs, man. Drop some bombs on it. Shit. They don't know what time it is.
In Yorkshire, who's lives in some village, innit? And he's still like he's still got like curly hair and that, and whatnot, and his features look kind of like stereotypically African, but he's real white face and real white skin. He had a DNA test done, and they traced African roots from then.
I was watching a video. I think I've said this before as well. Watching an old video, like so it's basically there's a channel that has the oldest recorded video footage, and then what they do, they remaster it. And one of them is from England. I can't remember what part of England, but it's in the Victorian times. And it's just like literally just they would set up a camera and they would just film shit that's going on. And one of the scenes it's outside of a factory, and it's just people coming out of the factory, and then there's a black guy next to a white guy. They're just messing about, and I was just like, oh shit, like. It wasn't abnormal, and it's what's happened is the media have got rid of all of that and acted like we weren't here. But the problem is,
like they do that a lot. I mean,
they whitewash shit. They whitewash.
Empire, yeah. A lot of rich people in Africa, the Caribbean, and India, and that would send their children to go uni in England. So you had a lot of students, and then some stayed and settled. And that's been going on from fucking long time, man. Like from the 15th century and shit. So it always was like that. Like Liverpool's always been very
Liverpool's known
because
for
Liverpool was also a slave port as well. So
Liverpool, Bristol as well. Liverpool, big Chinese population, big African population.
You think black guys weren't coming off the boat, like seeing what's around and knocking shit down? That's what was happening that's why Liverpool had, at one point, the highest rate of mixed race people in the country. Because back then... Where?
Does it not still have that or not?
It might do. I don't fucking know, AC. I'm not a fucking doctor.
Oh. So I remember years ago, I went and done a festival in Toxteth in Liverpool, And, I was chatting to some of the girls there, and they were all mad mixed. They were telling me the mix, all of them was a mad mix, like mixed Indian, Somali, white. It was just everyone that I spoke to was a mad mix. So
this is the thing. There's bare mixes. I don't know how racism still exists. I just feel like
I like in mad places as well. Like you go to like certain places in Wales, like round by the docks. You go to certain places in Southern Ireland, and there's people who are Irish, who are dark skin, dark hair, curly hair, and stuff like that, because of the migration of people from like kind of Southern Europe and Africa and stuff like that coming up into Ireland.
Yeah, because the Irish were slaves too.
Yeah. Wow.
I can't believe some people still drop that shit. Yeah. Some people still drop that shit. I remember the one guy was like, yeah. I was like, bro, show me some literature, please. Why did no, because I've got family members. All right, bro.
Indentured labourers.
Something like that, yeah.
Indentured servants.
But the thing, like,
there's a big difference between slave and indentured servants.
There's only like 2 books that are written on it, and the first book is written by some proper racist dude, and the second book is literally just all it does is just reference the first book. It's like there's no actual documentation.
But there was white indentured servants in America during slave times as well. But being an indentured servant isn't being a slave. It's like being a prisoner. It's like but you've got more. You've actually got like kind of human rights.
You had rights. Yeah,
you had rights. But it was like you had a sentence. However many years that sentence was, your children weren't born into slavery. You could go home after your term and live your life again. So it's not the same thing.
I think it's also disrespectful for the amount that Irish people have actually suffered, documented, like which you can actually really see. And it's guys,
there's some cases of it.
There's some real shit that actually happened. And you're like trying to go, no, we were the same as you. Why would you want to do that anyway? It's weird. Very weird behavior.
It always comes down to like these racists want to try and like kind of they like these big racist groups and racist intellectuals and stuff like that want to try and victimize themselves so that they say, well, you're complaining about nothing because this happened to us as well.
It's like the thing when they say about the Barbary Coast the white slaves there. So there was one guy I saw, he was like, yeah, the Islamic slave trade, these Barbary pirates were taking American sailors as slaves, yeah? They were hijacking their ships and taking them as slaves.
But how big could that have been?
Wait, listen to this though. So then he goes, see? So how do you feel now that you know you're descended from a slave? And I was like,
the word we get the word slave. We get the word slave from the word Slavic, because they were.
But this is the guy. The guy was saying it. He's in Tennessee, yeah, in some uni there, right? And he's saying that some people, American sailors, were enslaved, and they were took into white slavery in North Africa. And he's saying, how do you feel like you're a descendant of a slave? They weren't, they're not. It's just different, isn't it? It's like they're people in another continent. How are your descendants now?
Because they look similar. They must be related somehow. They look the same.
But the thing is, there's slaves of all all denominations all over the world up until this day. Yep. When you're talking about the transatlantic slave issue, it's a completely different thing.
100%.
You can't yes, there may have been slaves I don't know, millennia ago and whatever, but you're talking about an issue that still affects everyday life in the most major country in the world, well, all the most major countries in the world, because our country was built became rich off the back of slavery. America was literally built on the back of slaves. You can't, and talking about some sailors who got made into slaves or indentured servants or the Irish or whatever, they're not comparable. It's not the same thing. Nope. It's not, you can't hold one up and go, right, well, this happened as well. So how do you feel now?
That's the thing,
exactly
though.
the same as I did before.
Even in the Roman times when these people say, oh yeah, people like Spartacus, he was enslaved and that. And it's like, but Spartacus didn't have his name taken away, didn't have his culture obliterated, and wasn't banned from speaking his own language.
But this is AC, this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Listen. Again, yeah, we're not the smartest people, but we're too smart for them. What they're doing, they're seeing, oh wait, you're talking about slavery. Well, that's the same word as that. So they must be the same things. And not smart enough to go, oh no, they're different things there. Imagine me getting out of my house and just getting into a car. Like, bro, what are you doing? Jumping? No, I have car too. Okay, that's not your car though, bro. No, I have car. That is car. Get away from my fucking car, you prick. And that's the thing, right? It's right there. Yeah. It's like every time we do this, we give those people way too much fucking, I don't know, man. We just give them
remember when I was telling you about the Nazi kid I was at school with.
We need to give him a name, man. We need to give him a name.
I ain't naming him. I don't want to.
You ain't gonna give him what? Not his real name. But let's call him Jojo. His name's Jojo.
Yeah, I would err on the side of Adolf, but
Lil Adolf. His name was Lil Adolf.
I remember
Dolph, Lil Dolph.
It was like, I'm not a racist, this is one time he changed his tune. Like, I'm not a racist, but I just can't stand all these P words coming over here demanding rights.
Right, okay.
And I'm like, what rights are you talking about? Human rights or what?
But that's just people parroting. People parrot what it's like the Islamic ray guns guy, to take it all the way back to that. That guy didn't know what he was angry about. Nope. And this goes back to what Jen was saying earlier. There's poor working class white people in this country that are super fucking angry, but don't know what to be angry at. So they aim it at, people like Tommy Robinson, give them something to aim at. But that's just... People, when they say, "Oh, they're taking our rights away, they're taking our jobs away, they're doing this, they're doing that," they're not. No one's doing shit to you. Your life shit because of something that's happening here in government. It's not shit because anybody else is intervening. But going back to what you're saying, not to pull off topic because I don't really even know what the topic was because I was late. But when people talk about spousal abuse, right? When people talk about a man beating up a woman.
Yeah, but Terry, what about when women hit men though?
Exactly. And that's what that it's the simple Simon connection that goes, oh well, yeah, but what about that then?
You hitty.
What was it called? What aboutisms or whatever?
Yeah. Aboutisms, yeah. But what about this? But what about that?
Can I just make a point as well, yeah? When I'm saying about poor people not understanding certain things, I'm not saying that poor people are all poor people are thick. I'm not saying that because that would be saying that myself is thick. No. There are poor people that are 100% raised in the fucking slums and hate racism. Like, I know a lot of them, actually, a lot of them. I know, hey, I'm not really getting into it, but I know, let's just say, I know a lot of people who come from fuck all, yeah, that fucking hate racists, that unfortunately have to live around and be around a lot of them, but they do not think that way. So it's not exclusive to fucking people raised in the hood, man.
No.
I mean, like my sister, yeah, she one time, she was up north, innit, and she went around this person's house that she knew, and there was one guy in there who was a skinhead, and he had like Nazi tattoos all over him and everything. She was like, oh fuck. And then he was like, no, I'm not a Nazi. She was like, okay, what's all your tattoos about? And he goes, I'm an undercover. So what he used to do, he got all the tattoos and shit, and he'd go and infiltrate neo-Nazi groups like Combat 18 and shit, and then find out who all the leaders were and then fuck them up. There were people like that doing that. Yeah. So in the 90s and in the 80s, it was at a next level that it is now, man. There was like the anti-Nazi league were doing like they had.
Oh, the anti-Nazi, like youth against fascism, the anti-Nazi league, all this different kind of stuff. All these like kind of traveller dreadlock, white crusty looking dudes going around and fucking up racists, man. Like it was a real movement. Big up to them guys.
Big up to them guys.
Like I remember me and Sarah, we were in Scarborough one time, and we were selling. We just done a gig there, and we went out the next day to sell our CDs there to make some dough as well. But it was me, Sarah, and Grandma, and then there was a BNP stand.
Oh there. Shit, I remember
that. Were you there as well?
Nah, but I remember. Was that the one he went over and asked for a pen?
Yeah, I tried to get a pen off. And Terry was like, he goes, can I ask you something? They were like, yeah. He goes, why do you hate us? And they were like, oh, we don't hate you. We don't hate you. We just feel like you should be in the country where you were born and all this shit. We were like, well, we're born in England, didn't it? So it's like, there was a guy across from them. There was the BNP stand, and then across from them was the anti-Nazi league stand, didn't it? Yeah. And this guy was just gunning them, innit? And he was like, yeah, he was just going in there. And he was like, even exposing them, saying, yeah, that guy, he used to be a police officer. Yeah. But the difference was the BNP people, they were like the same age as the anti-Nazi league guy, but the anti-Nazi league guy looked a lot younger. The BNP guys, their body had aged, like all mad wrinkles.
I'm telling you, man, hate will age you, man. Hate will fucking age you.
Hate, alcohol, drugs. Yeah, that will age you.
Like, okay, less of the fucking alcohol. But actually, then again, I found it fucking old.
Mate, I had 2 beers yesterday. I did my big stream on Breaks FM yesterday. I had 2 beers. I haven't drunk since summer. I was off my fucking chops. Like I'd like standing there behind the desk going. I was fucking hungover by like 8:30 in the evening. I did my set at 5, and I got back here and I was hungover like shit.
Let's go back a bit because me and AC, we spoke about what we did at New Year's. I chilled. AC caught COVID, and so what did you do, man?
I did like a big 22 DJ 11-hour stream on New Year's Eve, man. It was all right, man. I played a jungle set at 4:00 in the afternoon. So yeah, it was all right. Raised a little bit of money for UK food banks, which was all right, and then. New Year's Day, I just fucking sat around and did nothing, to be honest. Like I ended up jumping on like a little webinar for a little while because I was just bored shitless. But yeah, that's, and then ever since then I've been working, been fucking, like yesterday I did like this stream for Breaks FM, like this old, they used to have like like one of the first internet stations that I'd ever seen, like back in, I don't know, 2001, 2002. So they've like kind of relaunched themselves on Mixcloud. So I did like a little set for them yesterday, which is good. But yeah, fuck. It's been non-stop work since like last time I talked to you cunts.
What's the whole?
What did you two do then? I know not to cover it again, but what did you two do in brief?
I didn't go out. Like, people were asking me to go. I got asked to go do a rave. I got asked to go to do a live stream and that. But I had coronavirus. The positive.
So how did you get the coronavirus? Apologies if you've already covered this, but what happened?
Basically, a relative come back from uni, innit? They come back from uni and then spread it around the family, innit?
And sneezed in your face.
Sorry.
And spit in your mouth.
Tell you, AC, man, you got to
I haven't seen you in ages.
Hey, see, you gotta start that freaky shit, man. I actually feel sorry. I feel sorry for the spit in your mouth crew because they've been having it hard over this COVID period, man.
Yeah, man.
It's not been the same. It's not.
Nah. They ain't been able to get the vibes up for sure. Imagine a spit in your mouth party where you're all wearing masks.
What is spit in your mouth fascination though? Anyway, why do you want something?
I don't know, man. If I knew,
because
I'd
it's
be
disgusting.
At one of the parties. Yeah,
because it's disgusting.
Oh.
If you think like the most of the sexual things that we think are like let's just like some normal vanilla shit. Who was the first person to go, oh, you know what, man? Put this shit in your mouth. Like to start suck, you know what I mean? Suck this dick. Like who was the first person to think that
Adam
shit?
and Eve.
Huh?
It was Adam
and Eve. So like Adam, Eve, chilling, sitting there. Adam looks over, looks down, looks over. Eve's there eating an apple. He's like, shit.
That's what the snake was.
Fuck that apple, man.
The snake was his dick, man. That's the story of the Bible.
Nah, the snake was. I've heard people say that that was where it was. The forbidden fruit, yeah, was basically the snake was like, yo, suck his dick, man. Or he told Adam. He was like, yo. You know what I mean?
You know, you said the last episode is the one we're gonna I think it's this one, mate, to be honest. I just had this whole set routine with the first time people did anal, but I think I'm gonna leave it.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's that kind of shit. It's just like, yo, why do you want to do that? Like, what is it? And you're just like, because it's gross.
I mean, you gotta wonder when the first time any of this kind of stuff, like, who knew? Like, you know, Michael Hutchins was like hanging himself while he was having a tug, and he ended up like, yeah. Who's the first person to do that? Who figured out that?
But that's why I think we're created by aliens. That's why I think they're right when they say we're created by aliens because
that's what they do.
Because aliens were fucking choking us over their thumb up their ass. Okay.
I'm telling you, it's alien. Like I was watching this thing about the Israel Space Security Chief, innit, saying that the aliens are among us already. Trump knew about it. Trump knows about it. He wanted to say about it, but they told him don't because humans aren't not ready for it.
Okay.
So I think, and I was watching something else about. I've been getting into reading about all these the Yuga cycles and shit. Yeah. And,
Yugas sounds like I don't know, like a post like communist car company.
Yeah, the Yugo, innit?
Is it a Yugo? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
The Yugo, innit? No, but the Yuga cycles is in Hinduism, innit? And it's like the age of Aquarius, age of but it's like four ages, and then we go through different cycles. Like the Kali Yuga is fucked, yeah. Everything's fucked up, slavery, serfdom, all of that stuff. And if you look at that past period, that was all going on. Then it gets to Dwapara Yuga, I think it's called, which becomes like lack of spiritualism, more materialism.
I definitely switched off at this point last week, but we definitely talked about this last week.
But you was on your phone. You was just like, yo, fuck. Look at some tits on IG.
Yeah, they talk about aliens as well. So I think that the aliens, it's all about aliens, man. Like, have you seen recently the?
How did you go from wanking with a noose on to aliens and a Yuga?
You're saying how did humans first think of doing that? Humans didn't first think of doing that. We were adapted by aliens.
Okay, but then who told the aliens to do that shit? Who told the aliens to do that shit?
Whoever created
them. It's been getting passed down. Right, so mate, what you do? You tie it tight, not too tight. You're gonna fucking kill yourself, mate. All right, that's what's been going on. So let's go from alien.
I don't know if we've already done this though, but massive rest in peace to MF
Yeah,
Doom.
that's okay. Can you not? Yeah, hold on, mate.
Sorry.
My segues,
leave it for later.
Don't fuck up my segues. No, we're gonna do that.
Sorry, man.
But we're gonna go from the aliens, and the people who don't want to wear masks to someone who always did wear a mask.
Shit, edit that out. Hold on, go back and we'll edit that out. I'll just do one of these.
I ain't edited shit.
So aliens and wanking. What were you saying, Joe?
So on New Year's Eve, I had to go. So basically, I'm gonna tell you the story. So we're going to get Chinese food. That's the tradition in the Bygrave household. New Year's Eve, Chinese food. Calling up, no one's answering. You can't get through to any Chinese. I say, yo, fuck it. Let's get in the whip. Let's go down there, pull up on them. What are they going to say? We pull up to the Chinese spot. It's a mess. It's a fucking mess. It's going to take a while. So obviously I'm starving. What do you play when you're hungry? You play MF Doom Food. Like that album just goes that. When I'm hungry, that's the album I play. So I'm playing that the whole time we're there. Playing that album, boom, 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 get our food, come back. I get in and I go, wait, MF Doom's trending. That's a bit random. Like, what's he done? I click on it and it's just like, they shared the post that he had passed away in October. And it was just like, it's a massive blow. Like,
it is.
I'm not one of the people who act like, I get super emotional. There's certain people who die, certain artists who die, people that I've never met before that I got really emotional about. Prodigy was one. Nipsey was another one.
Yeah.
I got really emotional. For some reason with Doom, I didn't really get that emotional. But as far as like a fan, everyone, like people know innit, I'm a massive Doom fan. There's a lot of elements about what Doom does that I also do as well. Some of them you won't find out until I die. But like, that's the shit. It just really hit me because it's somebody who's so influential in what we do. Like probably the most influential, especially when you're talking about underground music, underground hip hop.
See, this is the mad thing, right? Like, just to start off, like when I found it out, my energy just went fuck. Like because to have someone, I mean, and I was affected by it. I do get affected when people die that I absolutely love their stuff. Like I was massively, like I wasn't even the biggest like fan of Nipsey Hussle's music, but I really liked Nipsey Hussle as a person. I thought he was such a wicked person. I felt the same when Chadwick Boseman died as well. Yeah. Like I was almost inconsolable when Prodigy died. I felt the same a little bit about Sean Price, but not as much. Like, but there's been all this discussion about, well, all these people saying, oh, like they're one of the biggest underground artists of all time, biggest influence, and undoubtedly he was. Like, I was having this conversation the other day on Instagram with someone, how you wouldn't probably have had like the late 90s, early 2000s, like kind of New York independent movement without MF Doom. It probably, and if he did, it wouldn't have been the same thing at all. Like no company flow, no like all the rest of it, basically Cage and all them lot. But what do you define as underground? That's the maddest thing, right? Like I've been having this conversation with myself for ages. Yes, there's underground sounding music, and then there's like kind of more commercial sounding music. And I would always class Doom as an underground artist, but Doom, I reckon, was outselling pretty much everybody, like everybody out there, like with his popularity, his fan base, his reach, like where he could go, the things that he could do, and the ears that he could reach. Yeah. He had major star, like kind of capacity as someone who made really underground and sometimes quite difficult to listen to music. Yeah,
I think like, with me, it's really simple and really cut and dry. I really look at it as much as you can. I measure it on a sales financial type basis. Yeah. So I
think Doom was selling like a lot of music. Yeah. I just don't think it was in the same kind of. It was categorized in the same thing as say like I don't know. Like he definitely wasn't doing Jay-Z numbers, but like take any of like the kind of the bigger artists. I reckon he was selling as many like kind of units as them, and I reckon he was making more money as well.
Yeah. So
like the alternate chart or something like that. Is that what they put?
You know when they talk about, you know when who is it? Conway, when he says I sell he says like we do Travis Scott numbers with the merch or something, or with the vinyl. Like
I believe he does.
Yeah, that it's like on that level. So I put him in that school of things where it's like the numbers aren't the same. I haven't checked Doom's I guess they'll be different now, innit? But I never really checked Doom's streaming numbers. But that's the kind of the way I gauge it, like to see where people are. And he was definitely on that place where, yeah, you're a big streamer, but you're making a lot more money on the underground. And because of how your business is set up, you're making a lot more money.
A lot more money.
A lot of these guys. So you might have a whole bunch of guys that you might class as mainstream acts, or just not mainstream. So I don't mean like Drake, Meek, but I mean the ones that are just under that, yeah. and they look like they're doing those kind of numbers, but money-wise, they're nowhere near as far as in the Doom way of things, or if we're going to talk about Griselda, or there's a bunch of other artists that we could mention that are they're underground acts, but they're making some real money.
They're making real money.
How did he actually die?
No one knows.
Oh, what? Oh, so was it?
It was the saddest fucking thing as well, man. Because like, obviously, his brother died back in the day as well. But his son only died like
2
years ago.
Yeah, 2017, I think, or maybe
3 years ago. Like his wife, man, fucking hell, like that's just heart wrenching. Because my friend Scissorkick sent it to me, and I was like, oh shit. I thought when I saw the note that his wife wrote, I thought that his wife had died, and it was the note that she'd written to him, and he was putting it out there. And then I realized it was him, and it felt like my breath had been taken away for a second, because I loved it. Like, I loved it. It's not even a question. But I mean, I don't think that there's many artists that bring that kind of creativity, that originality, and just in a purest, even down to like the trainers he wore, even down to like that pure New York hip hop, like with it in his New Balance and his like kind of, and his Mets like cap and stuff like that, just like the pure 90s real hip hop vibe, but just doing something that no one else does and no one else could do. It felt like that had been taken out of me and taken out of the hip hop world. It's sad, man. It's really fucking sad.
Do you know what I love?
He passed away as well, isn't it? This what
who?
The guy who played Debo, he passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, that was a little while. That was before. I think we mentioned that on the last podcast.
Oh, okay.
I think with MF Doom, the thing I like about MF Doom is I don't know a lot about MF Doom, but it's funny because like you meet people and you go, oh, I'm an MF Doom fan, and they're like, oh, do you know about this? Did you know about that? And they'll be telling me different parts, and I'll be like, do you know what? Like MF Doom as a person, and I guess that's another reason why it didn't affect me in the way it affected me about other rappers, because you can tell me I've read Prodigy's book. I know everything about Prodigy. I know
everything there, like everything was like in that book, everything was just there, and you could see everything.
And he said it in the music, and then plus with Prodigy, there's that whole connection of the Queensbridge. So it's like when he talks about Black, and then you see that connect with Havoc
Killer B
Killer B. Like all that, like it all goes into one. So it's like the whole story. With MF Doom, I was just a fan of the music. Like
for me, like I know Doom's lore to a certain point through other sources, like when Dante Ross talks about him, or stuff like that, or MC Search, or like I don't know, Instagram posts from whoever, like Stretch and Babito and stuff like that. And then there's this mad story that kind of goes from the early KMD days up to where they get dropped by Elektra, and then he's gone. Like whatever was there is gone, and then you only ever see like King Ghidra, MF Doom, Victor Vaughan, and that's all you see. Like other than like a couple of little like interviews that he's done. Like I heard this podcast where he did an interview in like 98, 99 before he became like proper Doom. And then there was like the Red Bull Music Institute interview that he did, and again there wasn't like he didn't release a lot. You kind of knew that he was born in England and he couldn't go back to America at some point, and then you heard about his son dying, but you didn't know shit about him apart from what was on the records. And that,
but I love that.
I absolutely love it. Yeah, absolutely love it.
Where did he live?
I don't know, man. Who was telling me that? MK was talking about it. He was like,
he lived in Trinidad or something, didn't he? Like he lived on one of the islands, I'm fairly sure.
No, but I'm saying when he was in the UK, because he was in the UK for a little bit.
Yeah, he was in the UK over here for a couple of years.
Yeah. But I love like the stories about him doing the show and getting someone else to do the show. I think MK said was like
amazing. Yeah.
He's the only person who could see himself on stage. Like, and he's like, yeah, that's sick. But to me, especially in this age, where we lose that, and certain artists, especially artists like me, so almost like my brand is you get everything.
Yeah.
So there's nothing left. There's no mystery left. Like the stuff I don't give you on music, I give you on fucking Twitter, or on a fucking podcast. There's nothing left of me that's really just for me. And in a way, I kind of feel like I felt that was the best way for me to do what I do. But an artist, so watching an artist like Doom just be like, I ain't giving you shit. I'm inventing a character and I'm rapping from that character's perspective.
Yeah.
That's what you get. And you ain't gonna know nothing about me. To me, is amazing. It's like, oh shit. Like
it really is.
Like,
and
Daniel Day-Lewis, the actor, innit? He's kind of like that. Real like private in his private life.
But I love the fact, like, because in the 90s or whatever, in the 80s and 90s, it's not that you didn't know about any of the artists that you loved. It's just you couldn't know about them.
Because,
you couldn't get them. Like they were completely inaccessible, like to anybody outside of like their world.
Yeah.
And you got the image that they chose to like project to you, and that was it. There was no fucking TMZ, there was no Twitter, there was nothing like that. And that's what made them mythical and magical. And that's why we'll never have like another Madonna or another Michael Jackson or another Prince or another because these artists just can't be that. They can't hold the attention of if not billions of people around the world just with their image on fucking MTV. That's what Doom was. That's what Doom was. Doom held our attention and we were transfixed by it just with what he chose to give us, nothing else, man. And that's magical.
That's why I look on Facebook and that, yeah. And I post shit, but I don't really do I see other artists, yeah, giving you every detail of their whole life, yeah. And they just bought a new computer, say, and they take a picture of the computer. Yeah, I bought this, I'm gonna make tracks now. Or they put these big statuses like about what's going on in their life and how it's like positive mindset and you should all love yourself and all this shit. I don't really do that.
AC, say my fucking name if you got a problem with me, bruv.
No, not you.
All right. Sorry. I've done both that shit. Apart from not the computer.
Okay, but then I'm thinking, should I do that or should I not? Because I don't really feel like doing it. So if I don't feel like doing it, it seems fake to me. I can't be bothered to do that. But then is that hindering my career? But then I can't be bothered. So
see, this is it. This is the fucking thing, yeah. See, now we're podding, yeah. Now we're getting into the deep shit. This we've kind of been fed a narrative, yeah, of how you're supposed to be in the new social media world. So you have an old school way of doing things where it's like you do the music and you measure it out. You measure what you give to people. So the conversations I've had with people like Fallacy's always said to me, you give too much. You're too accessible. If you read 48 Laws of Power, you need to be seen as royalty, you have to act royal. So to be seen as a celebrity, you have to act like a celebrity, like you're above everybody else, right? So that's the old school way of doing things. And that's just how people were. In the new school way, it's document, and we give everything, right? We get to a point where we tweet, just had toast, got this new butter, don't really like it. And everyone goes, what butter did you get? Like, it's that detailed on bullshit. Or maybe it's not bullshit. Maybe some people really care about the butter. So what people then do is, this is so sick, because this is the subject I want to talk about. What people then do is go, that's what I need to do, because that's what's being seen as, if you read Gary V, he's always telling you document. But what people miss is there's also a part where he says, but only if it's you. You got to do more shit. Like,
that's the whole point.
You? If it's not you, then don't do it.
Yeah. That's the important part about it, AC. Like, only do stuff that's you, because you could do something for what you think is like kind of pushing you towards a perceived idea of like kind of fame or success or whatever. But once you reach that point and you've given everything, then you've got nothing else to give. Like, and it's not you, and you won't enjoy and like kind of capitalize on that success because it's not you. And that's the thing. Like, I always
like my private time.
Exactly.
Being alone. I like doing my thing. Like, I've always been like that since I was young.
You like having a wank.
But why am I going to suddenly change how I've been since I was like the age of 3 to just to fit in? Like I used to like just being alone and drawing cartoons, yeah? So I'm used to my own company. Why am I going to suddenly now be someone who takes videos of myself doing everything in my day? I don't feel like doing it. Maybe it isn't going to be a hindrance to me.
No, whatever you are is what you are. Like I did this webinar, like this social media special webinar with like my DJ Hub like kind of crew. And they're all asking all the time about like kind of what should I do online? How can I get myself more exposure? Blah, 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 blah. So as part of the conversation, I was saying, look, I'm just me online. I'm the same if you meet me in the street as if you meet me, like if you read me online, if we're working together, I'm a cunt. Like I'm very opinionated when it comes to I'm very opinionated when it comes to political stuff. I'm going to talk about that to you. I'm going to talk about it online. I'm going to talk about it on blah, 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 blah. So one of the members popped up and goes, you shouldn't really talk about like stuff like that online because it's going to like kind of detract from what you're like your music that you're putting out or whatever. And I'm like, well, I don't give a number one. I don't give a fuck. Like number two, I would rather be me 24 hours a day and you know exactly what you're going to get. And then you make the decision whether you want to hang with me or follow me or whatever afterwards. And I think I said this before. And if you're racist, I don't want your fucking money anyway. Like, 100%. So you've just got to be you all the time. And like, not like kind of patting myself on the back for it. But one of the things that I said to this social media expert, that like this social media guru that we had on, is I will talk about Black Lives Matter until I'm blue in the face, and I don't give a fuck who it offends. Like I will keep saying it, and I'm not going to stop saying it because it's something that I believe in. And he goes, "You should 100% do that because that's you. If that's not you, don't even put up a BLM post. Don't talk about that stuff. Like don't talk about it if you haven't got anything to back it up. But at the same time, if that's not you, if you do feel like that, but you don't want to put it online, or you're just focused on your artistic output or whatever, then just do that. The most important thing to do is just be you. Like, because people can see through the fake bullshit every single time. If you're not the kind of person that holds the phone up, if you are the kind of person that holds the phone up and speaks into it and talks about your breakfast, then fucking more power to you, to be honest. Like, but if you're not, then don't do it.
And this is the thing, yeah. So part of the thing you said was people asking questions, how can people trying to get on, trying to get buzz, trying to get viral, trying to go viral, trying to do this, trying to do that. To me, that's almost like the first bit that you're kind of messing up when you're like, I'm trying to get somewhere. And I don't mean trying to get somewhere in your music and your skill and your craft. I mean, you're trying to be someone, you're trying to go viral, you're trying to get the numbers. I feel like that almost messes up where you're going. So it's almost like, let's do the analogy, yeah? You get in a car, you're like, how can I go fast? How can I go fast? Where the fuck are you going first? Like, put something in a fucking sat nav before you even talk about. And then, do you even like driving fast? Like, really and truly, like, let's figure out these kind of things first. Put your fucking seatbelt on. And that's come on,
exactly man. Exactly the point.
And that's it. And I see a lot of people doing things. So I saw someone do something today. So someone there's a lot of fake influencers. So these are people that have bought their platforms. So they've bought the followers. They've managed to get verified. They're buying the views, and they're trying their best. They try everything to go viral. And I saw one of them, and he started doing these funny videos. He never used to do them, but he started doing them because that's what pops, right? So he's doing these funny videos. I think this one he's talking about Drake or something, and then he'll like try and go on to all the reality shows. You know what I mean? Like, his goal is to try and get famous, go viral.
Just be famous.
Just be famous.
Just be famous. Just get a lot of followers. And
it's like, what the fuck do you do? What the fuck do you do? Like, what makes you happy? You're not doing anything that makes you happy. So ultimately, you're going to find yourself in a bullshit position.
What I've seen from, like, there's one DJ I know, and he was DJ. He's a good DJ, but he wasn't really getting love. Then he became an internet comedian, like, you know, they're doing the little funny videos and that on Facebook and whatnot. Blew up. And now, then he did, you know, a live stream or whatever, and it popped off. And then all of these people who are the boys club are now begging it from him, or like being nice to him, where they didn't give a fuck about him before and just ignore him all the time.
Let me
explain something. Giving him those chances, and he's getting bookings at big gigs and all this kind of shit. They all want to do live stream with him because they know he's going to get the numbers.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. He was funny.
For him, yeah, the comedy.
It blew up because he was funny. He was a funny motherfucker.
Yeah. But the comedy for him is real. It's not
there we go.
He didn't think about this grand strategy. He just
started
doing comedy, and that blew up. And then he just happened to do the live stream and the DJ thing, and then all these people started sucking his dick who didn't give a fuck.
That is why,
and nobody does.
Kind of social media managers or big social media like kind of management companies don't hit most of the time, because they walk into a situation with a grand plan, but no actual like kind of organic, I hate using that word, but organic like kind of product behind it. And it's like, yeah, let's do these retweets and let's do like this many posts a day and stuff like that. It doesn't work unless you've got something there, unless you're being yourself and you've got a product there that people want to engage with, whether that's talking about your breakfast, or whether that's playing a piano, or whether that's fucking a dog dancing, whatever it is. I mean, look at that guy that rode his longboard along to that song, I kind of drinking his cranberry juice or whatever. Like, there's no grand plan behind that. It's just a nice little video. And that guy's he just bought himself a house. Like,
see, that's sick. If you capitalize on that shit, that's cold. But this is another part as well, though. Another thing is like, there's guys that go viral, but you just gone viral. Like, I see it happens on Twitter all the time. I've been viral on every platform. It doesn't mean anything. It's just I said something that resonated, and I got a few extra fans who then went, let me check your music out. And it doesn't mean shit. My day. It means fuck all. Part of the problem is there's certain things you can do. If you run if you're a social media manager, there are certain things you can do to optimize your reach. I'm a massive fan of Google ads. I'm a massive fan of
I am as well.
Facebook and IG ads. I love that shit, That's all good. But the problem is, that's just the stuff you do on the outside. That's not the talent. Like, that's not the, you know what I mean? That's not the foundation.
That's not the product. That's not the actual
it's not
product.
The product. That's it. And I feel like a lot of people don't really get that. I want to go, we got a question, So this question comes from friend of the show, Wyatt.
Yes, Wyatt.
Man. Wyatt.
Hold on.
So this is I told him we would answer this on the show because I thought it was a really good question. So he said, is paying for features and promotion worth it? And he also said, there's another part of the question. Rather than creating my own songs, shall I keep doing remixes of other beats till my name gets heard? So let's tackle the first part first. Is paying for features and promotions worth it?
Yes.
It is.
What?
Simple fact it is. Yeah. I don't know about features, but like paying for promotion 100%.
Yeah. If I know people who paid artists to feature on their stuff who are popping, and it has helped them. Yeah. But if you're paying for an artist who is past it now and is just one of those, say they're like one of them rappers who used to be big back in the day, but now they're charging £300 for a feature.
Genesis.
You didn't get shit for £300, man.
An American rapper, innit?
Yeah.
Then that might not be worth it if their time is done. Okay. And it depends what you want. If you want to tap into their fan base who are already there, then maybe it could be worth it. But then like other people I know, they've done this, The big person has not helped. They've just got the money out of them and they haven't pushed it or anything, and it hasn't really done anything for them. So it depends how you're going to do it.
This is what I would say. Let's say, hypothetically, you got $2,000 to spend on a project, right? You got an album or whatever, single, and you got $2,000 to spend. Actually, no, that's a bit mad. Let's say you got £500. £500, yeah. So you got £500 to spend. And let's say there's an artist that you really like, and they're gonna charge you. Say that they're gonna charge you £500 for a verse. So you can either get the verse, or you could spend the £500 on promotion. I would, if you were doing it, if you really like the artist and you want a song with this artist, then obviously just pay for that. You know what I mean? Pay the artist and get them on a song because it's for you. But if your goal is to try and get to blow and they're not a feature artist unless they are really big, ain't gonna bust you. And no one who's charging under $5,000 really is gonna do anything close to getting you extra fans, unless you're getting some mates rates business. So I would always use that money for promotion. I would do probably £100 on YouTube, £100 on Instagram, see how that goes for a little bit, and then just top it up. See, like, check your analytics.
100%.
My friend did that with he used to put videos on Link Up TV and all that, and pay them, you know, that all this, and then he put that same amount of money into just Facebook and IG ads for YouTube video, and his video got over 100,000 views.
100%.
Whereas if you paid that money to go on Link Up or he might not have got that because there's so many videos going on there, isn't it?
The only other nuance I'd put to that is, if you can, I mean, it doesn't even matter if you don't get a play, but like, I'd put money behind radio promotion as well, like getting it just in front of like those tastemakers. Like, so
it depends what plugger you're going with, though, innit?
It depends well, that's the point. Like, you got to go with a good plugger. Like, but the thing is, no plugger is ever going to get you guaranteed plays. It just doesn't happen unless you're spending $10,000. It's not going to happen.
Even then, they were saying
what will happen? Yeah. But what will happen is you will get in that either producer, record picker, or DJ's inbox, and they'll see your name. Like, when you would never have got, like, you wouldn't have even got close to it. You would have been completely ignored at a certain point. So getting a plugger behind you, even if you don't see that monetary return on it or that play return on it for that actual money spent, what you're spending is the money to get you put in front of the people that matter when it comes to radio.
And radio is still like
if you're not getting on an A list, B list, or a C list, radio money shit. Let's face it, man. Like, if your plugger can't get you on them and you're spending £500 on that plugger, you're not getting that money back. That money's gone. And you might get paid by some specialist shows. They'll play you once. That'll be about
it. But the point, that's what I'm saying. The point isn't to like kind of make that money back, because you can't quantify that money back.
Not really.
Like, you can't spend money and expect it all to come straight back to you. What you're doing is you're investing in getting your face and your name in front of the right people. Like, the promotion. Don't ever, this is like a word of advice. I used to own a promotions company. I ended up doing all right with it and I sold it. Like, you can't look at promotion as, I'm spending £500, so I want that £500 back a month later through radio plays. It just doesn't work like that, and it never will. Like, it might work like that if you get on, but you're not going to get on A list and B list and all that kind of stuff if you're spending £500. You need to spend fucking $15,000 to do that.
Yeah, because the radio stations, they're used to getting that money from the major labels, so they're only going to be playing their shit. They ain't going to be playing your shit.
I mean, it's debatable whether the radio stations are actually like kind of getting money from major labels. I mean, there's kind of been that rumor out there. I mean, it used to work with What's that?
Definitely.
AC, you're a snitch, man.
No, I'm not saying that's what's going on, bro. Like, definitely. There's no way.
I know that. I've never seen it. Like, I've been in that world and I've never seen it. I tell you who does get money and it's and influence and stuff like that is playlisters on YouTube and Spotify and stuff like that. They're not ashamed about it either. Like, they will ask you for money for features.
Yeah.
That's not a secret. Like, it's not even like an undercover like payola thing.
The thing is, like, if you're paying £500 to a plugger, where the fuck is that money going? What, just in his pocket? No, he's got to grease these DJs' palms as well.
I mean, no, they don't. No, they don't. Like, I've done radio plugin for fucking 10 years. Yeah, I've never paid anybody anything for. I said no to any blogs or like radio. Now, of course, they don't fucking pay the radio stations. Like,
what's the £500 going for them? Just
going in your pocket for profit.
You got to work.
You got to make money. What? All right. Where does your money go when you get paid to MC?
No, I'm saying like them, like, because the reason why the plugger justifies so much, justifies getting 500 quid for giving your one song to a few DJs. They say they have to grease these people's palms.
No,
they don't say that. They don't say that.
They don't say that.
Connection.
All
It's
the
the connection.
I've met have said that.
Yeah, that's.
I met.
No, when I
Terry, you're a rare one then, because all the ones I've met have said that to me.
Nah,
that's
from Cyan Anderson's label, like all the pluggers that I know, none of them have been that. What it is, it's like
you're paying for those
relationships. You got those.
You're paying for the relationship. You're paying for the relationship, the mailing list, the influence. You're. If I'm asking you for £500 for something, like I'm not gonna then pass that on to someone else. That's going in my pocket. That's my profit. That's what. That's exactly what you're paying for. Is my mailing list.
Yeah.
You're paying for my relationship that I have with these people.
But then, like, what? Like, see, do you think that's worth it? Paying
fuck, it's worth it to me. I made loads of money out of it.
I for an artist, I do. So basically, I spent this is not money but time trying to get a certain DJ to play my music, and I've probably tried for about 10 years now. So every time I feel like I've got a track that
is it Tony Blackburn?
Like every time I feel like I've got a track, I send it like I've got a good relationship, and I'll be like, "Yo, have a listen." And every time he would listen and go, "Yeah, nah." And
they're not checking for you. Like they're not checking for unless you have.
But then when Paris dropped, and I was like, "Yo, bro, check this out. What do you think?" And he was like, "Yeah, this is sick." And then this is why when I talk to how important radio is, he played it on Radio 1. That one play, check my Shazams, yeah. On that one play, got me 480 Shazams just on that one play. People checking the song and seeing what it was because they want to check it. Numbers spiked for that. Got a whole, and that's off one play. So,
but that's what a radio plugger does.
So like if a radio plugger could do that.
That'd be it. Exactly. That's exactly what a radio plugger does. He doesn't go along to whoever and says, look, here's 500 quid. Like, you're going to play this track. Yeah. It doesn't work like that. Like, I swear on my fucking mother's life, it doesn't work like that. It could work like that at the very, very upper echelons, but I seriously doubt there's payo like cash, like suitcases of cash changing hands. I know for a fact that other areas of the music industry, like high level areas of the music industry, like retailers and stuff like that, not really as much nowadays because they're not as important, but they used to take buyers out to the fucking like if the new Mariah Carey album was coming out, they used to take buyers to like the Caribbean and put them in 5-star hotels, and like Mariah Carey would come out and do like a private show for them, and they get like bags of swag and stuff like that. Like it's not cash. Like that, you know how fucking illegal that is as well.
Yeah, but see, like with your, so I remember like even as well, like you're saying it's all relations, isn't it? It's all about
it's all relationships.
Plugger with the DJ if they like the plugger and everything. Yeah. So I remember there was one plugger that I said to one DJ he was on One Extra, he was big. I was like, I'm thinking of using this guy plugger. He was like, he's a fucking wanker. Don't use him. No. So that's like the thing about the plug. It wasn't you, Terry. It was some other geezer.
It could have been me, to be honest.
There's a lot of pluggers out there who these DJs don't even like, and they won't even read.
I'm sure of course there are. Of course there are. But that doesn't.
That's the game, man.
Black people, you've got to be real careful with these pluggers.
Yeah, 100%. That doesn't shade the entire industry. Like there's a couple of examples. Of course, there's going to be a couple of examples. There's proper dicks out there. Like, but that doesn't mean not to use it. You've got to look at the track record of the plugger to see what's going on. You don't just go and give fucking 500 quid to Trev down the market.
A lot of people do. A lot of people do. That's
they're idiots then, aren't they? Like,
but I
sidestepped a lot of this. Yeah, right. I sidestepped them by just going outside One Extra with my fucking CD player, standing there, meeting all these DJs and playing in the fucking tune, cornering them, playing them it, and then some of them played it.
But you can't do that anymore.
I know now you can't do that, but I'm not. That's why I'm just like, fuck the music game. It's too.
Well, radio pluggers can't actually, like, they have to have meetings. I don't know if it's still the case, but BBC would not let any radio pluggers actually onto you couldn't go in, because back in the day you used to be able to go to like wherever it is, like just off Oxford Street, and like kind of put stuff in the DJs like pigeonholes and stuff like that. But
also
you can't do that anymore.
Also, I feel like
told me there's no point doing that anyway. He goes to DJ, check the pigeonhole.
Of course not. Listen. I think in this day and age, you go into a radio plugger isn't probably the best use of your money or time, because just the way, I guess the way music is now, all these artists, I sent a track to Mr. Jam, and I didn't have to go for a radio plugger. He's got a website. You just put your music on there, send it to him. He'll have a listen.
There's
and
a
he'll tell you.
There's a public email address that you can send anything you want to him. As long as it's not like a WAV, he wants to stream an MP3, and if he likes it, he'll play it. He's played loads of stuff that I sent him.
So my advice for artists coming up is, when you're talking about spending your money for promotion, be careful of who you're promoting with and figure out, is there a better way to do it? So you'll see a lot of guys, a lot of companies will be pushing their Spotify playlist buster. We'll get you on the playlist. Most probably they won't. What they will do is put you onto their playlist that they run, and they're not that great. And if they, and a lot of times they'll get you the numbers, but it's the streaming farm shit, and it's not going to help you in the long run. So a better way for you to get your music on your numbers up on Spotify is running your own advert. So the money that they're charging you to do that, you could do it yourself. You could run your own ad that takes listeners from your Instagram account to your Spotify. That's the best way to do it.
But also the best way to do it is to actually figure out if that music that you've got is good enough to be played on radio, because the amount of people that that make a tune in their bedroom, think that it's the best thing that they've ever fucking done, take it to a plugger and expect it to be played on Radio 1 the day after. Like, it doesn't, you're almost better off. And I've seen this success story happen over and over and over and over and over and over again, is get it played by the DJs first. Get it played by the clubs, on the live streams, on the whatever.
If you can
build the momentum that way until the people at the Spotify playlist, the radio producers, absolutely everybody else cannot ignore it, because there's no tastemaker like the producer's favorite DJ. They went to see at Fabric that night, or they at the moment they heard play on a live stream. They'll go, oh, what's that? We need to get that for this playlist or the show or whatever. Or like the proper, authentic, organic way of doing things is not to be beaten.
I'll tell your guy, what's his name, Wyatt. So if you are going to go with any radio plugger to promote your tune, first think about what DJs you want it sent to, that you listen to, or you want it on their show. Contact that DJ and ask him, what do you think of this plugger? Is he cool? Do you like him, or do you think he's a prick? If you think he's a prick, you're not going to check any emails you get from him or anything. So I'm not going to go with that plugger.
and most times you won't have to go that far. Most times you can even find the producer of the show. The producers, that's who's always got me. My plays is the producer. I just go,
best way to go.
Find a producer, send him the track. That's how he's get played. There was one other thing I wanted to say before I get to this next. What? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Now they block that now.
No, you can still if you can find the producer's email, and like if you know the producer's name and you know how BBC emails work, it's not hard.
No, it's not that hard to work out.
You figure that shit out.
They must have locked that off now as well, because they lock everything off.
We still get it. So this is the second part of the question from Wyatt. He said, rather than creating my own song, should I keep doing remixes on others' beats or to get my name heard, or you know what I mean, create my own songs?
Do both.
That's what I'll say. Do both, man. I listen to his
catalog.
Yeah, definitely, man. I listen to his music. Yeah. Huh? AC, what you saying?
Is he a producer?
He's a producer.
Is he a beat maker or producer?
Beat maker, producer, rapper, singer. So I listened to his music earlier, and I was like, "Oh shit, this guy's cold." And I'm like me, yeah. I always feel like
we have to be nice to him because he's our only listener.
That's true. Constructive criticism really means fuck all, especially coming from me. Because if I was any good at giving advice, I would fucking already be a fucking big star in it. So obviously, I have my opinion.
I disagree with that.
You can disagree with it. I mean, like people can disagree with me. But listening to his music, the beats were on point. The rapping was cool. Like, listening to his rapping, I was like, all right, that's cool. But the singing was cold. And I was just like, oh, shit. So I was like, if you were just a singer without the rapping bit, I felt, me personally, I thought that was next level. So I felt like the beats were cold. I felt the rapping was nothing special. Like, you know what I mean? I thought it was good, but nothing, it wasn't like, nah, this guy's shit. It was just like, yeah, nah, he's a good rapper. Yeah, he's sick. But then when the hooks came in, I was just like, oh shit. Like, okay, this guy can really do, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't fucking about. So I would personally, I would love to hear him do more singing, because I just feel like there's singing's hard to do. Like, if I could sing, I would just sing. I can't.
You can fucking sing. What are you talking
about?
about?
But not like, you know what I mean? Like, there's levels to this shit. Like, I mean, like, I'm all right. I'm no Wyatt. You know what I mean? I'm no Wyatt out here. You know what I mean? I'm just me. But to me, I was like, yeah, if you were doing a project that was more singing, like songwriting, his songwriting is sick. And it's funny because, again,
yeah, if you know what you're saying when he's saying should he do covers, yeah, like I got
remixes,
yeah, remixes, whatever the fuck. I got students who do covers on TikTok, and it's fucking popped off for them, man. They get hundreds of thousands of views, and then they put their own tune out afterwards. Say, check my own tune out, and then they get hundreds.
The way it works, it's 100% the way it works. Like, just
but he like you said, do both, innit?
Do both. Yeah. Build your catalogue while you're doing it, because if that one thing hits, then you've got an original tune there ready to go.
Yeah, I think so, man.
But as far as like you saying constructive criticism don't mean shit from you, the reason why I disagree with that is like I'm not a good judge of what's gonna blow. Yeah.
No,
the only things I called was back in the day. I said UK hip hop is not gonna blow at that time. Grime was gonna blow. Yeah. I was right about that. Huh?
You didn't need to be a genius for that one, though, to be fair.
No. But that's one of the only things.
Water's wet and the sky's blue. Yeah, we got it.
What you mean these fucking sweaty rooms of fucking men, unwashed men?
You know the streets, yeah. Like the streets. You know the streets, yeah. The streets, yeah. When I first heard that, I was in hysterics with my mate. We were just cracking up all over the floor. We thought it was the biggest pile of shit. We thought the beat was good, but the rapping was horrendous. And I didn't get it. And I'm not a good judge of what's going to blow, because I thought that was a joke. Yeah. And it blew.
I thought the same about Chief. But that's why I say this.
When my criticism comes in, when my criticism, you can listen to it, you can't, is like I will say something's out of tune. Yeah, I will know it's out of tune. I will know if someone's singing a bit sharp. I will know if they're a bit flat, and you can listen to me like that. I will know if you're out of time. I will know if you're not on beat. That's where you can listen to me.
Most people nowadays to me sounds offbeat and out of tune anyway. Like, and it's all massive.
This is again like what I'm saying. So, but now like so many people are using auto tune. Like I will say to you, like if you send me something, right, and you're singing out of tune, I'll say, are you willing to go and pay to get singing lessons to be in tune? If they haven't got that money, I say, okay, put some auto tune on there, because this singing shit for you, it's not working. Yeah,
I can't sing, man. Right? I can't sing. That's why I use auto tune.
You can do it. You can sing, because I've heard you do like Jar Bless. You've done that singing without auto tune. So stop talking.
I heard you do that cover of Whitney Houston's "I'll Always Love You" at that pub that time.
That's true.
That was fucking hot.
I bought the house down. I bought the house down with that shit. But I think
wrong one.
I will know about that shit. I will know about that shit. I can tell you about that shit. But I can't.
Technically, like if we're on a technical thing, like his music was on every level. Technically, it was cold. Like every level, technically.
If someone's rapping,
the rapping wasn't like my thing as far as like me going. Yo, that just. Hey, stop talking over me, man. The fuck, Kobe got your fucking head. The fuck, man.
Kobe fucked me up, man.
Nah, like, because you're making it sound like I'm trying to get to my point, and you just got to the bit where I was dissing him. I didn't get to the bit where I'm like bringing it back.
Shit, go.
Get me out of context. So like, there might be a rapper that I hear. There might be a rapper that I hear, yeah, that I'm just not feeling. Like J. Cole. J. Cole's a rapper that most time I listen to, I'm like, he is sick. It's just not for me. And that was the same with this guy. It was like, this is cold, but like, there's something about it that's just not hitting me in this way. But then as soon as he started singing, I was like, that this is fucking hitting. Like this is like, you know what I mean? Like this is my shit. And also his topics as well was like just cold. I like that shit, man. He's a sick artist.
Honestly, people ask me for feedback on stuff all the time, and I say to them, don't ask anybody. Like, don't ask me, because my opinion doesn't mean shit.
Exactly.
Like, I know, there's people out there that respect us three as like kind of musical people, and they want our constructive feedback. I'll give you constructive feedback all day. It doesn't, like, I don't mind doing it, but all I can talk about is my perspective.
That's
like,
it.
And the thing about that is, my perspective doesn't mean shit. Like, it means absolutely nothing whatsoever. I can't tell you how to get to #1 in the charts. I can't tell you how to make a banger. I can't tell you how to, like, the times that it's happened for me, when not that I've ever been at #1 in the charts, been at #1 in the Beatport charts plenty of times.
Boom,
but
boom,
like,
boom, boom, boom. Award winning.
Yeah, but you technically won one of those awards with us as well, because it was best live show. So you won it as well. I don't even know what those awards are anymore. I think they're propping open Matt's
store.
Matt's penny vault. He dives into like Scrooge McDuck every day. But it doesn't matter. Like, if you're feeling it and you've got a good vibe about it and you think it's good, who gives a fuck what I think about it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your best bet is to ask the people that you're, like, I don't know, a lot of yes men involved and stuff like that. But people who are in that, like, kind of in that scene directly with you, this, are you feeling this? Yes, no. All right, cool. Go back and do something else. I don't know. My opinion means nothing to anybody about it.
Yeah, but only if you care. So, like, there's... I always justify, every time I get a dislike on one of my videos or one of my songs, I'm like, it's cool to hate me, because there's people that hate Jay-Z and fucking Nas and, you know what I mean? Some of the greatest rappers who ever did it, people don't like them. I was never a big fan of Sean Price. You know what I mean? What the fuck? So, like, that's just how things go. It's just, everyone's got their own taste, man. It really means.
Talking about the greatest rappers of all time and whether people think they're good or not, do you see it's all popping off between Snoop Dogg and Eminem?
Okay, so I was there for the start of it.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's got to. Like, update me,
It's
man.
got nowhere, to be honest. Like, I don't know, like Snoop.
Because
Snoop said that. What's that? Is it serious?
Well, is it serious or just joking?
It's not. It's semi-serious, I think. I don't.
Okay, let me tell the listeners how it started. So, Snoop was being asked about rappers he respected or who was the greatest. He said, there are people who put Eminem in their top 10. He's not in my top 10, but there's people that do that. So Eminem is sitting, minding his own business, counting his millions, and he's like, wait, why'd you bring my name up and then tell me I'm not in your top 10? And we're supposed to be fucking family. We're in the same camp. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you came up under Dre, I came up under Dre. Why are you bringing me in it like this?
Because he was saying about Dre, though, wasn't he? He was saying the only reason...
Oh, yeah, because Dre made...
Because he said, like, white rappers, and he's not lying, like, white rappers were just not respected at that point. And the only reason that Eminem made it so far is because he came up under Dre. If he didn't have Dre, then it would have been, maybe he wouldn't have got as far. I don't know. That's like kind of, which is true. Like, it's fucking true.
Yeah,
like, I think everyone
like that, innit? Might have gone on Raucous.
Well, yeah,
I think he's just up with outsiders, man. I love the Eminem Outsiders shit.
The Outsiders. Like, he almost signed to Duck Down.
There was that sick tune.
Like, he went back.
There was that sick tune he done for Raucous.
Oh, that
he done that tune with first called. Thurston Howe, the Hurt Third or something. That was a sick tune.
Oh yeah, that's a banger. That one, the one with Thurston Howe is a fucking. But I can't remember what it's. Oh, Watch This is called. Yeah. Watch This. They samples madness.
He was trying to get on Raucous at the time.
I don't think he was. I think Paul Rosenberg, because he was this close to signing with Duck Down, which is Black Moon's label and all that kind of stuff. Like, apparently, like, Drew Ha and his manager were like right in the middle of it, and then he got the call from Dre. But I mean, he would have been any other 10. I mean, at that point, what people don't know, or maybe even forget, there was 30 different white boys, there was 30 different black guys, there was 50 Puerto Rican guys, they were all as good, if not better, than Eminem at the time. Like there was loads of them. It was that kind of underground indie scene where they're all really wordy and they're all like Eminem just kind of stood out a little bit because he was like a bit belligerent with it as well at the same time. But like LP who's now in Run the Jewels was as good a rapper and still is as good a rapper as Eminem. Like Last Emperor.
Yep.
He's as good, if not better, than Eminem.
But see, this is the difference, though.
It's all over Eminem.
This is the difference. What Dre did was he took that element and put it mainstream, and that's what no one else could have done.
Yeah, exactly. And so exactly the point. Would he have been the Eminem we know today without Dre? Of course he wouldn't, man. Like, there's no two way. I mean, fucking Cage was as good as him. Necro was as good as him. Like, there was all these rappers that were as good, if not better, than Eminem at the time.
Chino XL?
Kirsten House shit on him.
Chino XL?
Chino XL, perfect. Yeah.
But I think
I really like Eminem's Infinite album. Before he got signed.
You fucking would, wouldn't you? Fucking hell, man.
He sounds like AZ on it. That's the mad thing.
Yeah. I hate that album, but whatever.
Sounds like AZ. You say, what's that? He sounds like AZ.
He sounds like AZ to me on the album.
Yeah, that's probably why I like it.
It's boring as fuck. It's like, it's a good album, but there's nothing in it.
I can't remember any other tunes on it other than The Infinite. That was my favorite tune.
It just sounds like any other 1990s hip-hop, boom bap, someone rapping on it who's pretty good and mediocre boom bap kind of beats. That's what it kind of sounds like.
That's the shit. You know what though?
Man, that was hard.
But see, this is why you need someone like Dre to go, okay, this is what you can do. You can stay in this lane.
That's a real record producer.
You can stay in this lane. You can kill this lane, and you're gonna be in with a pack, doing your thing, and you're gonna be respected by a real MC. Or you can take this lane where we polish your shit up, we do things properly, you make some real money, and we take it to a whole nother level. And that's what Dre does. Dre's like, all right, cool, we can do that. We can do that all fucking day. But I'm trying to take you somewhere else.
100%. So that trinity of like Eminem, Dre, obviously, but then when like kind of 50 Cent came into the mix as well, that just solidified.
Crazy.
Like, and just made that entire thing, like obviously with Snoop and Exhibit at the time and the Dog Pound or whoever else was like kind of knocking around or whatever, but just that trinity of those three.
Because now we got industry, we got backpack, and we got the streets. Who gonna fuck with us?
Yeah. So Eminem did answer back on his last album, didn't he? Like he just released the album the other day, and he did actually answer. Yeah, he did actually answer back, and it was proper shit. Like,
he's not.
He goes, "You're a god to me. Actually, you're a dog." I got it the wrong way around, and he's like, "Oh fuck! If you wanted to be considered a top 10 lyricist, is that really what you're like coming with?"
Yeah, but you know what? It's a funny thing.
You hear the King T album though that was on that Dre was going to put out on Aftermath. But it all
did he do a King T album?
Yeah, King T was signed to Aftermath. Yeah, before Eminem, before all of these people. Yeah. And he done that album,
sick, man. I fucking love King T.
And the album is sick, but the problem was it was some delays or something that was going on. So then he left the deal, and then someone illegally put out the album, right, with a chicken on the front, like a rooster in a crown.
Got it.
Bro, it's fucking weird. If you look it up on YouTube, they got all the songs on there, and it's good. It's like sick production and everything, like Dre production or whatnot. But it's got a chicken in a crown. It's like the cover, right?
In those early days of Aftermath, before like Eminem and stuff like that, Dre was fucking with some serious lyricists like King T, number one, Raz Kaz, like people like that, like Raz Kaz, like if that had like kind of fully come to fruition, Raz Kaz is better than Eminem.
100%. 100%. Of course.
He's a much better lyricist than Eminem.
Raz Kaz is up there with Royce the 5'9". So
100%. Oh fuck. Talking about that, did you see? Talking about earlier with fake followers, do you see this all popping off between Royce the 5'9" and Benzino?
I saw a little something, but I don't know what's going on with that, man.
So I bet like Benzino's making his bet. Have you heard Benzino's music recently?
No. What's he doing?
No, man. It's It's the worst thing I've ever heard. Like, and I thought the last thing I heard from Benzino was bad. He's basically doing like kind of zanned out, like singing, emo-ish.
He's like 60 now, right?
Stuff. Yeah, mate, he looks like a Ninja Turtle, and that's what, and that's what Roy said to him. He's going, go and pop your shell back on and look after your daughter. But like, Benzino did this thing the other day talking about like how like Eminem's his master and he's his slave and all this kind of stuff and whatever.
That makes no sense, but okay.
No, like it's complete bullshit. But like he hates Eminem, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then Royce reposted it and it's like, you've got like 1 million followers and you managed to get 4 reposts on this. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, and I even checked it like a day after and it still only had like 32 reposts on it. Like Royce's reply to it where he's talking about like kind of look after your daughter because you're an absent father and she's going to turn into a stripper, go get her before Drake or whoever. Like, that got like 30,000 retweets, like as a reply, mate. Fucking hell.
I need to check that
Please,
out, man.
promise me, go listen to Benzino's new tune.
You can't fuck with Royce, man. You can't fuck with Royce.
You can't fuck with Royce, yeah.
Terror beefing with, not really beefing, but with Alhan from Gasworks today.
Who? Terror?
Alhan, yeah.
Beefing with who?
Alhan from Gasworks.
I don't know what those two things are, man. I know their words, but I just don't know how they put together. Spell it out. Our hand.
Alhan, you know Alhan?
Alhan. So, okay.
Who does Gasworks? You know Gasworks TV? You know that thing? With
Gasworks.
Poet?
Oh shit! Because Terror don't like Poet either, innit?
So, I don't know. But Terror's basically like the Alhan geezer was saying Drake is a culture vulture, right? But he's not a culture vulture because he's Turkish or something.
Okay.
It's all quite weird. I don't understand it. And then Terror's like, well, these people are. He's saying that Alhan and Poet are satire anyway, so don't take them seriously or something. So then Alhan took offense to that and it said to Terror, you look like you need a bath. And then Terror said, go on Terror's YouTube channel to shout. It's on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Terror talking about
Sick.
their new episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Shit. Yeah, because I think Terror diss Poet in a song.
Oh, okay.
Terror. So we say Poet.
I've met Poet once. I met him once at the Krispy Kremes.
Okay. I met him in Soho one time. I was outside. Let me get bougie.
It's the least gangster thing ever. Like, oh yeah, I met him one time in Krispy Kreme.
Nah, Krispy Kreme's is gangster, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember, man, used to shoot videos outside Krispy Kreme's in Edmonton?
Yeah, the one in the drive-through.
That used to be the fucking, that was the Terminator and his tea.
Terminator, crash the Krispy Kreme.
No, I met him out. I was at
Bro, I seen Scorcher. Scorcher was there. And I was like, where's Terminator? He was like, not here today. I was like, you can't do Krispy Kremes without Terminator, man.
I came outside, so I came out of Soho House one time. And he was, I think.
Look at him dropping. I
did that. Listen, I went Soho House. I went Soho House. Ace, you ain't got to know about Soho House, man. It ain't for you. I went Soho House one time, yeah. And you know, like you're supposed to act like, you know what I mean, act like you've been there before. I'm literally looking around like, oh my God, that's that. Oh shit. Like there's bare famous people. And I just had to pretend that I fit in.
Which one was it?
In Soho.
Oh, the one in Soho,
yeah. That's the
original, old school one, yeah.
Original shit. But I'm guessing there were 2 original Soho houses, one in London, one in New York, both in Soho. I think that's
I don't know. I'm not sure. But the proper old school, you're going up and you feel like you're going into. I mean, I've had a couple of meetings at Soho House and instantly felt uncomfortable in there. Like,
yeah.
There's one in West as well, and
is there?
There's the one over. They just taken over. Well, not just. I think it's been open for a little while, but they took over Broadcasting House as well.
Okay. There's definitely you definitely get the vibe that there's a room where you can kill prostitutes. Like
100%. As soon as I went in there's been some old school skullduggery gone on in here since for a long time.
Bro,
it's a good place.
One geezer, he was a photographer, and his brother is a pop star, right? And I know this geezer, he's done well in America now and everything, but his brother was a photographer. So he was telling me he's gone to like music industry parties with the pop star, brother. And there's some mad shit that goes on there. Like, he goes, one time they're there and these prostitutes just come out and then the executives were just banging them on the floor in front of everyone, just fucking them on the floor. He said it's mad, bro.
There's definite blood rituals that go on in places like that. Like, I did a radio, I won't say who, it was weird, but I did a radio show with a pretty big, like, kind of artist. And he was safe. He was drunk the entire way through. But, like, he's like, do you want to go get a drink afterwards? And I'm like, yeah, sweet. This is only about 2 years ago, man. And we went to this little no-name place, like, just a door. It's like this was dead in the middle of Soho as well. Like,
dead in the middle of Little Lily.
They're dead in the middle of Little Lily, and you kill prostitutes. No. So, like, he just knocked on this door. It opened. The guy said, hello, his name. And he's like, oh, yeah, I've got one guest with me. We went downstairs. And it looked like a little wine bar or whatever in there. But there was like all these catacombs at the back, and like the with red velvet curtains, and they'd open every now and again, and people were looking through like menus in them, and then they close them really quickly. And I was like, oh, they do food here? And he's like, I don't know. Are you hungry? And I was like, I just see them with menus. And he's like, that's not food. I was like, okay, cool. And he didn't expand on it whatsoever.
Can I get the baby back ribs?
Yeah, that's it. I reckon they're eating fucking dead babies, man.
Babies, man.
That's the code for it. They're all eating placentas and shit.
Shit. Somebody put up a cake earlier, and it was like polenta cake, and I read it as placenta. I was like, what the fuck?
These fucking sick cunts. Oh,
it's sick.
Oh,
no, polenta. Sorry, my bad. I'm blocked. Now, I've always wanted. I really want like a gentleman's club, but not just gentlemen, but a club where like only you have to be a member, like a proper members club. That's my
There's plenty of them knocking around, man. Like I've got quite a few friends who are like members of certain clubs, and there's levels of them. Like there's ones that you pay like £1,000 a year or something like that, and like any fucking John off the street can really walk in and do it. Like, but because it's like 90 quid a month or something. But like there's the ones like, I mean, there's even like the ones above like Soho House and stuff where you're paying like fucking 100 grand a year to be a member of these places, and they're the kind of places where you can go in there and murder someone.
I think Soho House is like
covered up for you.
Soho House is 10 grand a year, I think. When I checked.
Well, that's not. I mean, if you're at that level, that's
it's not really
the worst thing in the world, is it?
Nah, and I guess it's like this takes us to our final subject. If you want a space where you can go and it's like the Ivy or whatever, where you're around people that aren't gonna be like, oh shit, you know what I mean? You can just chill. You kind of got to pay a little bit extra for that.
Exactly. 100%.
A couple of months ago, well, I guess maybe about 6 months ago, maybe a bit longer. Someone hit me up and was like, "There's this new app called Clubhouse. I have an invite for you. Do you want to join?" And I was just like, "Okay, cool." But my phone is too old. I have an iPhone 6, so my phone can't.
Is it still pink?
Nah, the case broke, man.
Is it?
Yeah, the case broke, and
it
used to be
Tesco's.
Yeah, 100%, man. Come on, don't fuck it up. It used to be rose gold, but it's like the color's even gone now. But anyway, and when it was first kind of popping off, it was really just like just celebs talking to each other. But now it's changed to this whole other thing, and it's just like, yeah, I don't even want to get involved in it, man. It just sounds a bit weird. But people keep hitting me up like, yo, you need to join, get involved in these conversations. But I'm just like,
was it house party? No, yeah, I'm thinking a house party, or something like that, where loads of people joined up and they were having parties, and then like
that's a different thing. Yeah, house party was a different thing.
Everybody got their fucking information stolen.
Yeah. They got doxed. Yeah, now Clubhouse is it's kind of like, I guess it started as like a social media for socialites and influencers, but now the fucking riffraff have got a hold of it. Just like they did with Nobu, like they did with Sexy Fish, like they did with, what's the other one? Hannah-san or whatever.
So when they're saying a conversation, what is the conversation?
It's just just bare rooms. There's rooms. People just have host rooms and they talk about whatever they want to talk about. I only hear the Black Twitter part, so that's what I know. I don't know about all the other sides of things, but
So the culture is going back. Do you remember the old AOL chat rooms where you just used to go into any AOL chat where there'd be one on football or hip hop or whatever? The culture is going back to that for online, man. Like all these Facebook groups, like these private Facebook groups and stuff like that. People want to be involved with something that's like a little bit like kind of like, not elitist isn't the right word. But when there's a moderator and you're only there to talk about that one thing and all that kind of stuff. Like the Facebook group thing now is popping, man. And that's the thing. Like if you can harness that in an app, that's fucking, you print your own money on that, mate.
I think part of the problem is all these. So what we've lost out on organic engagement.
Yeah.
So because you don't have that anymore, so they got rid of it on Facebook, they got rid of it on Instagram, Twitter. You've still got it kind of on TikTok a little bit, but that's going. You still kind of have it on LinkedIn, but people want a place
that's
where
the thing. You can still have it on LinkedIn, but who gives a fuck about LinkedIn?
Nah,
VK or Minds. What about VK or Minds? You can still get it on there, can't you?
VK.
What? Yeah.
Oh, I got rid of VK, man. Fucking that shit. That's just like you're opening your front door and asking everybody to come in and take your stuff. Like I don't fucking trust that site, man. I was on there I've been on there since like 2005. Because
you got me on there.
Yeah, because you used to be able to get anything on it, like as in
the movies
film,
and stuff.
Music and stuff, like not as in
weapons, not as in babies.
Recently, man, like I went on there for the first time in absolutely ages, and like my inbox was just full with a daily fucking spam of a link of something just saying click me, and I'm like, yeah, this is pure trash.
It's hard, man. It's really, and I guess trying to get organic engagement. That's what we're really after. We're really after organic engagement, no matter what the size is. And I think that's the bit that I feel like these social media platforms have kind of missed out on. They've messed up a little bit because
they definitely have.
Yeah. We go back to the conversation about should you pay for promotion, and it's like, yeah, you kind of have to now. Because I remember.
But the thing is, every other business does. Like, it's you don't open up a pie shop and just go, right, I hope like everybody who wants a pie walks past my shop today.
True.
Like, you have to tell people that you're there.
But
I know
the
one
old
guy
days,
paid for promotion, and he gets criticised by a load of people saying, oh, he pays for it, it's not real. But he's got loads of views on his videos and then gets bookings and he makes money. So he's making money back out of paying for promotion. So that's just good business sense.
I feel like I still remember the old days because it's funny, like you used to post something on Facebook and people would see it. And like, you know what I mean? Like to me, that was cold, man. And now because it's totally gone, it's just like I'll post something and it's like crickets. You're just like, damn, man.
What I find is, like the thing that people see is if you just write something, they'll see it. If you share a link, nah. If you share a video, nah. If you just write something, they'll see that.
Yeah.
So, one of the biggest interactions I got was the post saying I've got coronavirus, tested positive. I had these symptoms. What did you guys have? That got quite a lot of hits.
You should have said you tested positive for HIV and see how many hits you get on that. Do that tomorrow and see, compare the two.
Yeah, I think it's just fucked, man. I do feel a little bit sorry for artists coming up because I guess the game has changed so much. I got a really good call from someone the other day who kind of hit me out of the blue and was like, yo, do you know about this? And it was just another strategy that talking about Facebook advertisements. And I was just like, oh shit, safe. And it kind of just like, that little bit of information is now going to help me reach more people and stuff. And it's just like, I'm not telling you, man. I'm not telling you over here.
You're a pagan for, man. You got to tell.
Nah, man, I ain't telling you nothing. Nah, it's not a secret. No, it's not a secret thing at all, actually. It's just Facebook relinking. And you can Google it. You can Google Facebook relinking. You can go on YouTube and see videos.
Relinking?
Yeah. And it's just really helpful. Remember back in the day when you used to link a girl, yeah?
I was going to say, is Facebook getting together, like back together with like an old girlfriend?
Well, MySpace.
Yeah. Tom and Nat are going to get back together and have a snog.
Like, big up Tom, man.
Can I just show you something that I bought this week as well?
Yeah,
I'm fucking well proud of it. Hold on.
if you're listening to the podcast, you ain't gonna see this, but this will be a really good time to tell you to please go and subscribe to our video YouTube channel, and you can see our beautiful faces. You can see me rocking my Malcolm X glasses right now.
I was gonna say you're looking pretty Malcolm X-y today.
Come on, man. Come on. You know what I mean, I got a hat to go with it as well. Wait,
you got some mini decks, yeah?
Miniature turntables, man.
Oh shit, that was real. That was you were using the other day.
Yeah. Hold on.
You posted it up. That's sick.
Miniature mixer.
Does it work?
Works.
No. Loads of people have asked that, and no.
But I saw it was all lighting up.
Yeah, because I made it look like that. Like they look so real. I had people hitting me up on Instagram asking if I'm selling my kit.
Well, see that picture behind you, yeah? Is that Bill and Ted in a Wu-Tang shirt?
No.
Looks like the guy from Bill and Ted, isn't it? In a Wu-Tang shirt.
It does, yeah, kind of. What, Keanu Reeves?
No, the other geezer.
Ted.
Yeah. I can't remember which one was Bill and Ted out of which one.
No, I can't either, yeah.
No,
it's Frida Kahlo.
Who the fuck is that? That woman, Mexican eyes.
Yeah.
But that ain't her though, is it?
Yeah.
What? She knew about as well. She predicted Wu-Tang from back in the day, bro.
Yeah, on this painting that got done in Cuba 2 years ago.
She knew about it.
Huh?
She was ahead of her time.
So what? This is a painting of Frida Kahlo
with a Wu-Tang medallion. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant she done that painting of herself back in the day and predicted Wu-Tang.
AC's mind is blown.
Let's just say yes.
AC's mind is blown right now.
What are they called?
She does look the guy from Bill and Ted though. She looks more like him.
The Yugos predicted it.
The Yugas, yeah, the Yugas.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to try and I'm gonna put it
look. AC fucked up now, man.
Yeah, he's fucked it.
Oh shit.
AC's fault.
No, wait, tell me, do it after, man. Don't try and hang the painting now. Do it after.
You cunt.
Oh shit.
Fuck's sake.
It's all gone. It's all gone fucking. It's all gone.
Do it after, man. Do it after.
Yeah, do it after.
Once again, it's AC's fault, man. AC's fault. Always brings the podcast to madness. But
how can AC break my house and he's like fucking 40 miles away?
That's how AC does, bro. That's how AC does. The power of AC.
You got the powers, didn't it? The other day.
Yeah. He got doubles in it. Because even the spirits didn't know what race he was. They were like, wait, is he? They're like, fuck it, man. Just give him 2 lots. Give him double powers.
This guy seems racially ambiguous. Let's just bestow him with everything.
Shit, man. Yeah. So, I guess, have you not got any New Year's resolutions?
Do more exercise.
Terry saying, yeah. Terry, we got.
Yeah, it's not really like a New Year's resolution. It was something I would do without New Year's anyway. But solidify my online business. That's all it's about. And write a book. I was going to do that anyway. But like I've already started my book and it's been started for about 4 years. But finished. So it's, I'm not going to say too much, but it's an educational book. It's not like I'm not writing a fucking.
Tell-all.
What's that?
I thought it was a tell-all.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not a tell-all. Who the fuck cares about what I've done in my life apart from you and AC and like my sister and stuff like that? There's millions of people all over the world, like professional DJs that have done exactly what I've done, and it's nothing special. But I'm writing a book, an interview-based book that is going to be used as an educational tool.
Sick.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the tell-all though. That time when you sniff coke with Bill and Ben, the flower pot men or whatever he was.
Yeah. That definitely 100% happens.
that time when you did
Bill and Ben's Mrs. Arsehole. That's what I think of.
That time when you did the hair with Peppa Pig.
Yeah, we smashed it that night, mate. I gave her a pepper in her name.
She was fucking bang on it, man. Wow. That AC was yours.
Book, yeah, but I've come to a bit of a standstill.
Yeah.
What's your book about?
It's about.
Are you doing a graphic novel?
No, I could do a graphic novel.
You should do a graphic novel.
Yeah, but it takes too long, man. I just started writing the book.
That's real commitment. That's proper commitment to the New Year's resolution.
I swear you lot have read the first chapter before. I shared it years ago on Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
About frogs, innit? It's about frogs.
Is it? I don't remember.
I remember one with I remember one with like swords, and they were like,
oh no,
that was your. He did that. You did the thingy, the illustration.
That was my mate's book, the manga thing, innit?
Right.
He done that, and I helped like edit it and write some stuff for it, and then do the drawings and shit. But this. Then we did a one issue of it as well with a Kickstarter. But this one was something I wrote myself. It was about frogs. Living in London. But I swear you lot read it. I swear you.
It rings a bell. It definitely rings a bell.
Nah, you're thinking of Battletoads.
No. This was a frog thing, innit?
Okay, frogs, they're not the same.
But people call them toads when they're being racist to them. They call them toads.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I think the name of this particular episode should be "It's a Frog Thing," innit? 100%. That's the name of this episode. We didn't get half as much flack as we were going to get for "This is Jesus cock" or whatever it was.
No one really cared, man. No one's really religious anymore, man. Like, especially Christians. Christians don't give
all the women I'm matching with on dating apps are religious, though. It's fucking
serious.
Mental. Yeah.
That's because you was after black women, man. They be loving their fucking. They love some Jesus, man.
I'm not after black women. Black women are after me. Like that's
hit the button, man.
I'm not saying I've got a problem with it though. Like I fucking love it, but I'm the safe white guy.
I saw something interesting on.
Okay.
I think I am. I don't know what it is. Like I don't know. Like I'm matched with almost all black women.
What the fuck has AC got? He's got an axe. Oh,
that's
no.
cool.
What? Oh.
What is that? Is that an alarm clock?
No, it's a dashboard in the car.
Why have you got that?
Why has he got a dashboard?
It was a spare dashboard just in case my dashboard was fucked.
I swear to God, your flat is Steptoe and Sons.
Oh, shit, man.
You're the kind of guy that you go back to your house and you're like, oh yeah, I got one of them, and you run into your room and there's like digging sounds like that, and then you come running back out with whatever fucking mental thing that they just got asked for.
You know what? Last time Terry come round mine, actually, you fell on it and it's got a little crack here now.
How long have you had it there?
That might be worth
more.
more.
Why is it there?
That might be worth more because Terry's touched it. You can sell it on eBay.
Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe. I've had it for a few years, but because basically I just took it out of my old car, and I thought I'd keep it because I sold it to the car breakers, innit? And they took it, but I took the dashboard out. But when I get another car, like, you know, if it don't have the real wood dashboard, I'll put the real wood one in, innit?
It actually looks like an 80s synthesizer guitar.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was, man.
It's like a really niche product you pick up on Wish.
I want to put it on the wall, man. And then
you should as you clock.
I don't think you got space on your wall, AC. I can't see the other side, but I don't think there's. I know there's posters everywhere. So, yeah, my New Year's resolution. It's not a New Year's resolution. My goal for this year is to put out 53 singles. So I'm putting out a single every week. So first week, done it. So far, so good. You got, like, we're good up until March. Then it might get a bit. It's gonna get a bit techie. But so far we've got. Yeah.
See, I mentioned this the other day, right? On one of the other podcasts. One of the other podcasts that I listened to, they're doing this thing called. They started it in fucking October or something like that. But the 90 Days of Discipline. Yeah. Like I really want to try and do something like that where like I set a goal for myself and then 90 days of discipline, just working towards that every single day. But I just get thrown off I expect you're exactly the same. Like you just get thrown off to each side. So you've got the best intentions to release a track every single day, every single day of the year, but every like whatever, however, like what increment it is. But then you just kind of get thrown off with other stuff and things get put on your plate. But in reality, we can do absolutely anything that we want. Yeah. We just have to have the discipline to do it.
I think when it comes to like a daily discipline thing, I think learning Japanese, that's been the thing that I've been like, I started, then I've had times when I've been really good, gone 6 months every day on it. Then I'll like mess up a few days and I'll be off it for 6 months. And then when you start back, you got to start again from scratch. So this year is something I want to be a bit more kind of intentional with. But I think the music thing as well, the reason behind it is that whole thing of I spend so much time making music and then going, this track is gonna be the one that's gonna blow. This is the one. This is the one, and it kind of takes away a little bit from the enjoyment of it. Whereas because this one, it's just week to week here. There's no time for me to get that. It's just a case of, do I like the song? I like this song. Put it out. Does anyone else like it? They might not. Who gives a fuck? Let's go on to the next one. And if anything does happen and any of them do what they got to do, then it's kind of like, yeah, okay, cool. But I'm still doing it. I'm still carrying on and just doing my thing. And just kind of getting back to having fun with the music. And really also as well, it's a discipline or an exercise in utilizing resources.
Yeah.
Part of the problem I have is having access to things that a lot of people don't have access to and not using.
I'm just laughing at his dashboard again.
Why has he got a fucking dashboard? Oh my God, man.
Why you got a dashboard, bro?
I do. It's in my fucking car. My dashboard is in my car. That's where it's supposed to be. Like, if you see me with a fucking dashboard out here, yeah, something's gone terribly wrong.
No, it's my steering wheel.
I got 2 dashboards and they're both in cars, and that's where I want to keep them. Shit.
You know what? I would keep a steering wheel as well. You know, like it's a wood grain wheel.
Oh, pull something else out, absolutely mental, out of your box of tricks behind you.
Oh shit.
Got AK as well, bro.
You know, we know.
Oh shit, man. Oh fuck. On that note, we're getting the fuck out of here, man. This has been like the funniest podcast for a while for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm glad Terry could join us like earlier than he was going to. I hope we managed.
How much I bust to get here as well. Like I fucking ran to get that train.
Man.
Like you could do. There's that really famous picture of Ice Cube and Be Real, and they're holding that AK on the sofa. You could do like a reenact, because you kind of look like both of them.
Jen looks more like Ice Cube than me.
I've got that a lot, man. I've got that a lot. The chubbier I get, the more I look like Ice Cube, man. I need to eat more. The chubbier I get, the more I look like Ice Cube. I need to keep eating ice cream. I'm gonna get that Ice Cube look. Oh, more ice cream, look like Ice Cube. I get it now. I get it now. Yeah.
You definitely got a Malcolm X vibe tonight, though.
Thank you.
Definitely. When you put your head, like kind of, when you just kind of cut off at your nose when you got it behind the mic, you look like Malcolm X there.
I appreciate it.
You do.
I was watching Tenet. You watch Tenet?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's so sick. But like Denzel Washington's son, because at first I didn't realize it was
Denzel Washington's son.
Yeah. So he would say certain things and I'd be like, I got this superpower where I can just hear accents, hear like voices and be like, that's so and so. Like I watch cartoons and be like, oh, that's so and so, that's so and so.
I had no idea that was Denzel Washington.
So I'm listening to this guy, I'm like, that sounds like Denzel. There's certain phrases he says that are exactly like Denzel. I'm like, wait, that's his son. Then I Googled it. I was like, yeah, it is his son.
Yeah, he's fucking sick as well. He was the one in Black Klansman as well,
wasn't he?
Man.
Cold.
Yeah. What's his name?
Cold.
Something Washington.
Nah, that's the thing. He's not Washington. He's got a different surname. I can't remember his name, but
I did know that. No, I did know that because I looked him up afterwards after Tenet. I was like, oh, that's the guy from Black Klansman. And
what's his name?
I can't
Robert
remember.
Pattinson, man. Robert Pattinson been doing the damn thing. Like,
yeah, he's wicked. I can see him more as Batman now after that. 100%.
He came off Twilight and was just fuck that shit.
Do you know the other guy that was in it? You know the guy that was like in charge of like the pincer team, the time pincer team or whatever. Yeah. Like the English, like.
Oh yeah, he's sick. He was sick.
Yeah, I didn't realise that's the guy from what's the fucking superhero, like the crappy superhero film? Fuck. Hold on, because I didn't realise it was him, but he's been in loads of shit as well that I didn't even know.
As soon as he came on screen, I was like, I like this guy. I like that the energy he was given to the role. And then by the end, I was like, okay, I see why they're giving him.
Where can I watch Tenet?
You can watch it when you what's it called? When your COVID is finished, you come around mine and watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I got Prime. I got it on Prime, innit?
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it for iTunes.
It's on there, yeah.
Oh, I've got Amazon Prime. I can watch
the woman that was in it.
You got to pay for it, though. I'll give you my login.
Oh, okay.
No, that doesn't work. I tried that before. That doesn't actually work.
Oh, shit. Fucking Jeff Bezos, you cunt.
Oh, that might have just been because it was in another country. Oh,
He's watched the whole of
he was the main
Hey.
character in Kick-Ass.
Oh, is it? I can't remember that. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
watched
he's
the
been
whole
in,
of Cobra Kai.
You know what? I stopped after like episode of Cobra Kai. I stopped after like episode 3 or 4. You don't like it?
On the
No,
third,
I don't like
the
it.
whole beginning.
Nah, like, I'm talking season 1. I stopped like after like episode 4 on season 1. So
Yeah,
people are saying that they're not feeling it like the last like couple of episodes or whatever.
No, I liked it. I still like it.
Yeah.
No,
I watched
don't know,
the
like,
whole series.
It's
The
kind of
second
tongue-in-cheek
series
though,
goes-
isn't it? Like, is it kind of like
Yeah.
parody
That's why I like
tongue-in-cheek?
it.
See, that's why I don't like
Yeah,
things
the best parts of it is the humor between Johnny with the blonde hair, the guy from the first one, and with Danny when they're together and they're being like they're kind of forced to get on. And
but they fucked up though. Because I feel like that it started as a webisode, yeah, and they didn't realize it was going to get this big, and now it's got money behind it, and everyone's on it. They've kind of sometimes things just lose the soul in it, man. You know, I've been watching.
I hear what you're saying. It does go down that route with the young people, yeah, because their drama is just like typical cheesy kind of love triangle kind of thing.
Same.
But it does whenever you get back to the adults.
Yeah,
that's when I appreciate it more.
Same.
And like the last series I thought was pretty good.
See, I've been back on Black Mirror. I've been fucking loving Black Mirror again, like the last like kind of week or so.
I'll watch that again. Man. I fucking love that. I love that.
Yeah,
every season.
At the beginning and went on and like went to the top.
Same.
Have you not watched The Expanse yet?
No, I keep meaning to watch it. I've taken your recommendation.
Is it in like English or is it?
Yeah, it's English. Yeah, it's American.
Okay.
Isn't it? Yeah,
why haven't I watched it? I don't understand. I was thinking there must be a reason why I watched it. I don't know why I watched it.
I'm sure I watched like one episode and I wasn't that into it, but I'm in a different mood every time I sit down and watch the TV. So like stuff that I might like one day is definitely something that I probably won't like the next day. It's like that thing on Amazon, like the Nazi hunters. I can't remember what it's called. Thing with Al Pacino.
That was good.
Hunters, yeah. I sat down to watch that and I was like, this just feels a bit fucking like anti-Semitic. Like it just feels like they're playing off like mad like Jewish stereotypes in it.
See.
But then everybody else has said it's fucking brilliant. But like maybe I was just feeling that particular way that day.
You ever seen Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I fucking love that. That little kid here with the glasses is like he's my like actor of the whatever year that came out. He's the actor of the year. Like he's bodied that film.
Everything, mate. Like he'd like. I'm sorry. Should I say like what's his name? Tiki. What's his name? The director.
The director. Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah. Like him as Hitler in that is a level above, mate. Like how can you play Hitler, be funny, like and be like kind of quite heart-wrenching as well at the same time? It's fucking brilliant, man. Brilliant film.
He's incredible. I think like I almost feel like as far as like directors and writers, him and John Favreau. I'm like, you want some genius shit. Like you're on some different levels, man. But yeah, we got to end this podcast because we're going on way too long. There's other shit I want to talk about. We'll get to that next week. Guys, have a good week. AC, get well. You know what I mean?
You
don't seem very COVID-y. You think you're out there.
Superpowers, man. The powers.
I feel like I'm out of the woods.
Yeah.
I do feel a bit tired.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Man.
Still.
Yeah, you haven't gone in like on any like kind of over the top like kind of rants about remember this one time today. So you coming off as like a tiny bit.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit tired.
Yeah. But next week he'll be back. Next week
he'll be back with a vengeance next week.
He'll be back here with vengeance. Next week.
Give him 8 tokens next week.
Terry will be on time. I'll be here. Hopefully I'll have some.
Get Terry on here, man.
What's that?
He don't want to be on it, man. Like he don't really fuck with me. He don't really fuck with you. Yeah, man. That's just what it is.
He's doing the ones we know, so he'll come on. He'll come on now. Now he's worked out how to use a fucking Zoom on the phone.
I'll try. I will try my best.
I tell you, who does want to come on is Jay. I was talking to him on New Year's Day, and he was like, "Oh, I want to come on your podcast."
Serious?
Like, yeah, we'll see.
Oh, come on, man.
But yeah, he wants to come on. If you want to talk about DJ stories, then me and him have got.
Yeah. That'll be. You know what? I can't fucking wait. Yeah, I'll go with Novas. I just because that's the only way I'm gonna get to talk Terror. If I say get on, and I'll just jump on the call, innit? Then he won't be able to go anywhere. I'll be like, yeah, got you now, motherfucker. But yeah, guys, next week we'll be back. But until then, stay blessed, stay safe. COVID is real. What else? The vaccine won't turn you into a robot. Wearing a mask doesn't make you evil.
These are all valid points.
Yeah, like Brexit was bullshit. If a racist, you're a cunt. I think that's the main points, man. I think that's all we really need to say. You know what I love? Before we just go, I just want to say one more thing. The theme tune at the end of this show is always done by is a Terry Hooligan beat, which I fucking love. And every time
I totally forgotten about that beat until like I found after you played that, I found like two other things. I found that I found that Voltron track that we did with you, Jerry, Terror and Ruthless.
Yeah, it's cold.
There's another one knocking around with like a Frank Zappa sample in it, but I can't find that one. But I found a tune that I did for someone that I'm not going to talk about on here, and you're going to bleep this.
All right, go on. I'll leave it.
I found a tune.
Okay.
And it's fucking banging. Like I've totally forgotten I'd done it. It's like a flip of Candy Staten.
Okay, sick.
So it's like I use like a break in it. It goes, sometimes I feel, sometimes I feel, sometimes I feel
That's
like
cold.
throwing my hands. I'll have to give it to you. I haven't got the files for them anymore, but that soul tune as well. That's gone with like 10 laptops removed.
Crazy, man. That was going to be the album as well. I might even still. I probably got the bars for it somewhere.
If you got it, use it.
Guys, we're gone. All women beaters are fucking cunts. If you see one, you find them, do what you got to do to them. Burn their houses down.
If you enable them, if you don't talk about it, if you let them get on with what they're doing and you know about it, and you're still mates with them, and you're still enabling them, you're just as fucking bad, you're just as big a cunt.
I ain't got nothing more to say. Peace.
There you go. And he's gone.
Oh shit. Man just went straight. AC's gone. He's like, fuck this, man.
As fast as he appeared, as fast as he did.